Access to the Monte Zone will be granted shortly. Please stand by. Access to the Monte Zone will be granted shortly. Please stand by.
It's Friday. It's 8 o'clock. It's the Monte Zone.
Yeah!
Good evening, everyone. Whoop, whoop. Yep, it's let me just unmute Dan, so because I ceremoniously unmuted him. There we go. Good evening, everyone. Sorry.
Cheers.
Yeah, I know, Miss Jan's cheers. Sorry about that. Good evening, everyone. It is us. We're back with another Monte Zone. It's been about 4 weeks, I guess. Gee, isn't it?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Six long weeks. But
lots of COVID, lots of holiday.
COVID, Easter holidays, and things all got in the way, didn't they?
Evening to everybody that's already in chat. So evening to Mickey. Hope you are all set up for an amazing weekend. Evening to the poorly managed Bob. So wishing you're still feeling okay. And evening to Karen, who's joined us as well. And we've got the Smiler Rainbow on board.
Our wrench, our ever-suffering wrench, yes.
And lastly from me, well, not lastly, because else that would make a very boring show, wouldn't it, just sitting here? Anyway, don't forget to like.
Well done. Yes, good point. Don't forget to like the stream. Every thumbs up helps. Yes.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you can see, this evening, it's not just myself and GStar. We do have our special guest, our on and off co-host. I suppose can't say you're a special guest anymore, Dan, can I? Because you've
part of the furniture.
You're here more often than not. So our occasional co-host, Daniel. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm very good, thank you, and I hope everyone out there is doing good.
I will say congratulations on 200 subs on your channel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Whoop whoop. Yep. So yeah, I think it's something like 203. I think last time I looked. So yep, cruising over the 200 mark now. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that. You've had some
We're
good
all
videos.
over 200 now.
Yeah. That's 3 of the channels over 200.
Mm.
Yeah.
We're getting there. It's getting there.
The Monte Zone closing in on 250. We'll be excited when that happens. I haven't looked at it today, but I think it's about 240 now. It's just about 238.
Well, I think something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So good news. Onwards and upwards.
Yes, definitely.
As is the style of the Monte Zone at the moment, it's no particular topic this evening. Myself, GStar, and Dan have come with various things we want to talk about. If there's a topic that you yourself would like to talk about or want us to talk about on the Monte Zone, then please let us know in live chat. If you want to come and ask us in the studio, feel free to come and join us. I don't know if Smiler Rainbow can post a link, the share link, or whether GStar, whether you
She's
can.
usually good at that.
You're a wrench as well. You could do it yourself, GStar. But
Well,
yeah.
last time I did it, it didn't seem to work.
Oh, you might have been.
Plus, I haven't got the link on this device.
Have you not?
No.
I might need to. Hang on.
But
No,
before we get too far into this party, and like Monty said, you can share your topics or discussions, or send us a link to something, or because this is all now about like live investigations and discussions. The material that I've got tonight, don't know if we'll get through it all, but I haven't really looked at it for more than 15 seconds, so I haven't really formed an opinion. So it's like a really cool discussion. But yeah, if you want to just share a link to something, you can do so through the Facebook site or in the chat group, or come in and join us like Monty said. But before we get too far into this cool Friday night party and bring chat alive, guys, by letting us know what your thoughts are and get involved in the discussion. But next Monty Zone, I want to share with you all that we are planning to have a live medium reading on air. So myself and Monty will be given a reading on air. That's for the next Monty Zone, not for this evening, but it's still going to be a party.
There you go, Smiler. I should have, as G's given his monologue there, I should have WhatsApped you the correct link to put in chat for if anybody wants to join us. There it is. Yes, I'm quite excited about that. A live reading. That's going to be quite exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Monty, you've got a glass of red wine there, if I'm not mistaken.
I do.
I'm not psychic. I'm just picking up vibes.
Well, funny you should say that. I do have a glass of red wine, and I have to say that is courtesy of my lovely sister Mazin McBob, who donated today one of her red wines from her red wine collection, and this one's called The Governor. This is the Governor. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
So let's test your psychic powers, Dan. What am I drinking?
You were drinking something that's in a glass.
That's pretty good.
No, normally I'm going on what I've seen you drink, and it looks like some sort of cola. So either Coke or Pepsi.
Excellent observational skills. It is Coke.
Coke.
Yeah.
Someone said
Very good.
vodka and Coke.
Maybe it's got a little bit of something captainy in there.
Bit of rum.
Something
I'm
Captain
more of a
Evil.
whiskey guy. Whiskey and
Top
Coke.
investigator. Smiler, no, the green lights aren't new. I wasn't expecting to have the green lights tonight because originally I was going to be in the vault. But it doesn't seem to bode well live.
It seems to lag you out, doesn't it? A little bit. So
Yeah.
this stream
Did it just come up then?
it did. Yeah, it
They
did.
can't. Yeah.
This stream's
It'll work.
already held together with bubble gum and sticky tape and things. We don't want to risk it with things like that. Yeah, Captain Sparrow Mega pint of rum and coke. Yes, thank you, Karen. We love our mega pints.
Mega
I
pint.
still haven't got a mega pint of wine, unfortunately, but there's still time.
Well, it's Friday night, and I'm on holiday for the next 9 days.
Are you? My gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Happy
and
holidays.
Thank you. And before we get into anything, if you don't mind, if I can just sort of mention about the GStar Vault and just say to anybody that's watching that follows us and stuff, that sorry there hasn't been any story time or Vault this week, and there probably won't be next week either, because I'm going away on holiday, and also because in between that, as hopefully you should know by now, I'm working on a little bit of a special episode, which is called Bigfoot, the Best of the Best. So that's being filmed on location. I've got still another day of location filming to do, and then probably about 5 weeks of editing. Just joking. I'll hopefully have it out in the next sort of 3 weeks or so. But I just wanted to say, sorry there's not been any story times or votes, but they will be coming back soon.
Fab. Fantastic.
Evening, Becky.
Hey, evening, Becky.
But is she in there, is she?
Yep, she's in there. There she is.
She's good evening, all.
Yep.
She's been neglecting me the past couple of weeks. She's been staying up at her mother's more than she has home, yeah?
Well, I'm not surprised with you being the contagious one that you are.
Oh, no,
you're not. You're not at the
negative
moment.
now.
You're negative now. That's all right.
Yeah.
Right. So, who's going to start, G? Shall I start?
Well,
shall I start with one?
Since you picked the thumbnail, you might as well. I can't make out what that thumbnail is.
Well,
What does it say again? It says, "Look at this."
What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
That is some blurry stuff over something in the sea.
It
with
is
a red
blurry
circle
stuff.
around it.
It wasn't a very good thumbnail. I did it within a few seconds just before I put the thing live. Yeah,
Some sort of sea monster, maybe.
it isn't. What it is the moon.
Moon. Well,
Oh, yes.
so let's get into our first discussion. Oh, I've just realised I haven't got my front light on. There we go.
Oh, there you go. We can see you
There
now.
we go.
Yeah, that's,
Sorry, that may actually make the background work a little bit better. Yeah, let's get into our first investigation and discussion. So, what are you going to bring, Monty?
well, I was looking around for topics, and I came across the concept of ruins on the moon, and this stems from. I'll just share this article here. It stems from the 60s in a lot of original NASA photos of the moon when they were preparing for the Apollo missions and things. A lot of the published photos ended up having what looks like sections of the photos blurred out. And weird square anomalies. So, for example, this one here, where you can see like there's it seems like an object. Is Becky pregnant again?
Is she? Well, I didn't know.
I didn't know. Oh,
Don't
sorry.
tell me.
This is awkward. What is going on? Do you know? Like, please don't leave me
Please.
hanging.
Yeah, I was like,
Were you talking to me or Monty? Because I genuinely didn't know.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. Obviously, I did.
gosh.
God. Ooh,
I was like,
sorry
oh my
about
god,
the mic.
what have we done? Oh well, congratulations, guys. I didn't know that. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Whoop.
Yeah,
Loads of celebrations this evening.
another set of twins.
That's
What?
another subscriber.
No,
That's
no,
201
just the one this
subscribers.
time.
just the one. You sure? You absolutely sure?
Yeah. It's been checked.
Oh well, congratulations to yourself, and congratulations, Becky.
Thank you very much.
Yep. So there's another picture there with the part of it blurred out in the middle. So yeah, there's this whole conspiracy built up around these images having something blurred out in them, and in this article here, it led on to this one guy who talks about some of the images in this video. I'm just gonna. No, you can't see that. You can't see that because I haven't shared the right thing. Hang on. Get it right, Monty. Get it right. Let's share that entire screen. Look there. I'm going to have to move the chat window. Hang on a minute. What am I doing? Right. There we go. Is that working? Can you see that? There you go.
Yeah.
So
can I just
On
catch up?
January
Because when I've been
25th.
fighting
Yeah.
the spider, too, I was, blown out by what was going on in chat. So those were images. The original ones were images that are from NASA,
yes,
but people have found out that they've blurred certain parts of them out.
correct.
And what's the source of the material? Where's the NASA photos come from?
So they come from various lunar reconnaissance missions that they launched in preparation for Apollo to look for landing sites and things.
Right.
One of those NASA missions was called Clementine. So Clementine, this is what this guy's talking about here.
Program science experiment known as Clementine.
This is a bit
Launched
later
from
than
Vandenberg
the
Air Force
original
Base.
ones. This is in the 1990s.
Clementine was able to deliver more than 1.8 million digital images between February 26th and April 22nd, 1994. These images were quickly accessible to the general public on the World Wide Web. In 1994, President
So
Clinton
basically,
cited the Clementine
I'll
mission.
just get
You can find many images.
you,
that
you
have
can
been
find
smudged
these
or blue
images.
pixel
There's a database
equals
on them
1
on
kilometer
NASA's
option. Size in pixels
on
option.
NASA's
You are now ready to
website.
see for your top of this crater
but
section
where
appears in the browser.
right there you go. So this is one of them, and you can see that there's what looks to be a blurred out section in the middle. This is just one of the examples of NASA images that have these blurred out artifacts in them. And what this guy's done, I'm not going to watch his whole video, but in 2004, this was found by Joseph P. Skipper. And what this guy's done is, an imaging forensic expert, Jim Hendrix, submitted a report in 2007 on it. And they worked out that the object is about the size of Los Angeles. Because it's the size of a crater, And so this guy put it through some filters and tried to clean it up. And once he did that, they came up with basically it's just some blocky artifacts. But what it looks like some sort of machine, and there looks to be a guy leaning over it wearing overalls. But bearing in mind that the object is the size of Los Angeles, he'd have to be about 100 feet tall.
That's one big guy.
Yeah. I don't know if you can make out like the guy at the end there. You can see like they've colorized it.
I've seen this in. I think I've seen this before in different as you say, like different filters where they've done like different analysis. I mean, if you go back to where you were just a minute ago before it went dark, and like what's there you go. So what's interesting is you can see what looks like the moon's surface, the crater that's got a kind of almost lip going around it, just to the
Around
as you're
here.
looking at it, to the left-hand side. No.
Oh,
Just
here.
to the side. Yeah. So, yeah. No. But yeah. Or the other one, and you still continue to see that in behind the blur. So can you see it? If you look behind the blur, you can see that crater in the background continuing to wrap.
Oh,
around.
yeah,
you
there.
Still see it like there. Yeah. So for me, a lot of the time when I look at it in these different filters, it still says to me that it's still whatever it is transparent through the blur.
Yeah.
You're not actually seeing something.
You're
You're
not
just
seeing
seeing
an
the blur
object.
colorized.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wasn't there several of them?
There's several of them that they've shown you here. You can actually look it up. There's like loads of them, loads and loads of them. But it also led me on to this video, and this is a video I found on YouTube, supposedly of filmed by Armstrong in the Apollo 11 moon landing, of them looking around a structure on the moon. Have you ever seen this?
No.
No.
It's quite long. It's nearly 5 minutes long. But I'll just take you to some... It's difficult to see what's going on, really. But there's like what looks to be like doorways and pillars and walls and things. But when you get out to about... Just to see, there's an astronaut there we just passed, I think. I just want to see there. You can see, there you go. As the movie's supposed to be taken by Armstrong, I guess that's Buzz Aldrin. In shot there, and there you can see an astronaut stood there. Look, I mean, whoever made this, it's well put together. Just the size of the set and the getting the graininess right, and you're looking out of a hatch now. I think that's the Eagle.
Is that?
I think that's the Eagle lander right there on the. And there's Buzz.
That doesn't look like the surface of the moon.
Well, there you go. Anyway, there you go.
So, I think you're right. That's that one. I don't. Let us know what you think in chat, guys. Me personally, I think that video, obviously, like you said, is probably well put together by somebody.
I mean, someone's gone to a lot of effort, unless it's all CGI or something. But someone's gone to a lot of effort of getting a set. The costumes for sort of realistic looking costumes. I mean, you even looked out of a window and saw a lander in the distance, the Eagle. It's whoever made this as a hoax, they obviously put quite a bit of effort into it. It's weird.
So, I mean, you must be a bit of a... I'll go back to the pictures in a minute because I think there's actually something quite curious about them. But I was thinking to myself just a minute ago, well, watching through it, one thing that doesn't sit right with me from a continuity point of view is that, like, when you watch video footage from the moon landing, it's not as smooth and fluid as that. However, and this is where you can fill in the blanks, the moon landing, was it not streamed live back to Earth? Like, weren't people watching it live? Obviously, with probably a bit of a lag to it.
Yeah, they watched it live, yeah.
So, effectively, what we all know of watching that footage now is still a kind of repeat of what was streamed live, right?
Yes.
So why don't we ever see the footage of, like, the actual footage from the camera instead of the one that was streamed live?
Well, I don't know.
Can they not? Could they not have been recorded? I mean, I guess I'm asking a question. I'm not implying anything. I'm just trying to figure out: can you film something streaming live, but at the same time be recording it?
Well, I guess they recorded
Back
it
in those days.
I guess
we're talking.
I guess they recorded it as they received it back at the receivers on Earth.
Yeah. But did they have the technology to? Because this obviously feels very different. It's very fluid. It's very, a lot of the texture is kind of made to look blurred and old and stuff. But the actual camera movement is very fluid.
To me, it looks like a modern day, like, steady cam. Like, I mean, it's very fluid.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
only
When
was the moon landing? It was 69, wasn't
1969. And
it?
also,
If you go back, sorry, go on.
I was going to say it only ever goes like left to right. It doesn't. You don't look up and down. It's not like someone looking around with a camera. It's just
Yeah.
very. It's very like. Do you know what I mean? Like someone with a camera strapped to a Steadicam type thing. Sorry, Daniel.
No, you're okay. I was going to say, if you go back 2 years to the famous Bigfoot, Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot film, the original of that was awful. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
Surely they would have a camera probably about a similar size. I'm assuming it's not a big TV camera if they've got one on the moon.
Yeah, it's a really good point actually, because that's something that I'm going to be talking about heavily in my special. But if you watch the original footage, it's just horrendous. You watch it too many times, it makes you feel ill. It's that all over the place. And this would have been 2 years later, so it does seem incredibly fluid. But yeah, I guess it's a nice romantic idea. But again, when they show the surface, it just doesn't look like what you expect the surface of the moon to look like.
The artifacts on the film and the glitchiness as well just seems to be applied to it. It doesn't look like it's a part of the film. When you watch old films, the dust, the specks, the graininess affects the actual image itself because it's a part of the film. Where this looks very much like multiple digital filters applied over an actual digital film. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Karen's mentioned something quite interesting in chat. She's put, moon landing. Have you seen about the footprints theory? They show one set of footprints taken on the moon, but the spacesuit saved in the museum shows a different footprint.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Right. Well,
so that's one to look into.
Yeah, let's give it a quick Google, shall we?
Whilst you're Googling that, I'll just lay down a theory on those pictures, or just something possible to think about on the moon pictures. Is that, originally that guy's gone at the angle of looking at how big these blurred out images are, right? And, worked out that they're roughly the equivalent of the size of Los Angeles. However, I would look at it differently, because if they were trying to, and what's interesting about these photos is they do look like somebody's intentionally trying to blur something out. Now, if you were NASA and you wanted to blur something out, you could have wanted to blur something very, very small, right? But that would still be seen. So it could be the size of a car, right? As in terms of a craft. But what you're going to do is try and blur out like a much larger space to make sure there's no chance that it's seen, right? So I guess we go back and look at those pictures, and then we look more at the potential center of where the blurred out images are. So, but you kind of try to go for a bigger space, but not be too obvious on the picture. But some of them are incredibly obvious, like the one with the straight line going down the middle. But again, But
right.
again, I was asking what the source of them was. I know that it's saying that they're from NASA and they're from these certain missions, but where did you source the pictures from?
Oh, I just saw it from this one website. I don't have. There are a bunch of links that you can follow if you want to go and discover them yourself. I'll make sure that the article from Atomic Wanderers, I'll put a link in the description of this video for people to follow up on their own.
Awesome. So I'd like to have a closer look. What did you think, Dan?
It's always difficult to tell when you see stuff like that, isn't it? I mean, the picture Monte put up and said it's 10 times the size of Los Angeles. I mean, it's...
No, I can't make it any bigger.
Yeah, it's just difficult. I don't really know what to make of them.
Like that one is extremely obvious. Like anybody looking at that's gonna, and just the way the blur works, it's,
to me, it doesn't look like there's anything there to blur out. because you'd see.
But that's the thing though. If these things are as huge as what these kind of like measurements kind of work out they are, then you just wouldn't have seen anything. But yeah,
I have a theory.
Go on then. Whack us with your theory.
It's not great theory. It's not a great theory, but it's a theory. A lot of these shots that you see of things like the moon and that are composite. So it's not like when you take a photograph or a selfie, it's not like one photo. It's a mosaic of a number of photos, or
Right.
it was gathered over time. And I think that it's just a missing data problem, where some of the photos in the mosaic didn't capture correctly, or what are you doing? Shush. some of the photos, some of the data got corrupted or whatever, and it's just missing data. That's my theory. Do you want to see the moon shoes thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was trying to do a bridge for you while you look for it.
Okay,
Try
so
and fill the gap.
there's the Neil Armstrong's boots
Yeah.
in the museum. There's the picture. And so that's what started this conspiracy theory off. There's a full thing of his spacesuit. As you can see, there are the soles there. But what people fail to realize is these things to the right of the spacesuit. These are actually
The actual boot.
the
goes
over
over the
boots
top.
that go over the top. And when you look at those over boots,
They're blue. Got
They're
the blue
blue.
bit on the end.
yeah, and when X-rayed, you can see the stripes at the bottom of them.
Debunked.
Debunked, if you believe, those X-rays.
Yeah.
But I mean, those shoes there, you can see that it's these over boots here,
Yeah.
and they do make that grill.
Strange how they look white in that picture.
Yeah, it's just probably oversaturated from being in space. But yeah.
Oh, something about chat. Lost chat.
Oh, we've lost chat. Sorry. Yes, that's my bad. My bad. There you go. Chat should
Thanks,
be back.
Milo.
Behave.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it is interesting how an image like that can generate a whole conspiracy theory on its own, and it can go off.
Yeah.
I come across a crazy one this week, completely unrelated, and it was that what's he called? Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
is actually Jimi Hendrix.
I saw that this week as well.
I don't know where I started. I think it's on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's they both were born in the same, I think in Georgia, in the same town. They're roughly the same age. They had photo comparisons, and their teeth structure and face structure is very similar. They're both left-handed.
Yeah.
And I believe that after Jimi Hendrix passed in 1970, Morgan Freeman ended up dating the same girl as Jimi Hendrix. They both saw the same woman. Yeah, so there's just like lots of similarities. So there's this like sort of fringe conspiracy theory out there that Jimi Hendrix faked his own death and is actually Morgan Freeman.
There's only one way we
Is-
can
is
find
it-
out if there's any truth. Give Morgan Freeman a guitar.
Yes, I'd like to see that.
Or dig up Jimi Hendrix's grave.
Yeah. Unfortunately, fortunately for us, this was going on his IMDb as well. So Morgan Freeman didn't become known until after Jimi Hendrix's death. But actually, there are theatre credits to his name in the 60s before Jimi Hendrix died. And I think Jimi Hendrix served in the army and Morgan Freeman served in the Air Force. So.
He was in the army back in the 1800s during the
Yeah.
during the Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, that was my first thing there, G.
That was cool first thing.
Cool first.
I want to have a bit of a closer look at those pictures, and I do, loosely remember seeing them a few years back. So it'd be really cool to have a look at them.
Yeah, I'll post a link to it in the description of the video for if anybody else wants to have a look at them as well.
Awesome.
Okay.
Some good debunking there.
GStar.
I was going to go over to Dan.
Oh, Dan.
Should I go on to my subject?
Yeah.
Right, so my subject is going to be about a song called Barbie Girl.
Right.
No, I'm joking. It's going to be about something that you actually look at Monte's face. It's going to be about something that you are actually doing in the next Monte Zone. I was going to talk about psychics.
Well,
Cool.
what a coinky dink.
Yeah,
It's a
what a
good warm-up.
coincidence. So first of all, I just want to ask, we have 7 people in chat. How many of those 7 people actually believe in psychics and they've actually been for a psychic reading?
Well, I know at least 2 of them have.
At least 2 of them.
Maybe
So
3.
it'd be interesting to see what they think. Yeah, Barbie
you're in
Girl is
chat,
one of my
let us
favorite
know.
songs.
Smiler Rainbow's waiting for the Barbie Girl chat.
So Smiler's been for a reading.
It'd be interesting just to get a discussion going, and if not, I've got a couple of stories to tell.
Well, for
And I-
myself, Monty, have you had a reading?
I have not, no. The next Monte Zone may be my first.
It'll be my first as well, because... Sorry, I thought the spider was back. No, it is. It's a tiny little spider. Anyway.
Oh, that's interesting. Mickey's not been to one officially, but apparently one came up to him one day in a job and knew all about him. So
I'll
either...
segue from what Mickey just said. I'm going to segue into one of my stories, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it now.
Yeah, go for it.
Because when it comes to psychics, I grew up full-heartedly believing that they could do what they claim they could do. Even to the point where at age 19, I did start trying to develop my psychic abilities, funnily enough. And I was trying to develop them for about 3 years, and then I realized, actually, I'm not psychic, and I don't think anyone else is psychic either. But I had a friend, I'm not going to mention his name because he's embarrassed by it. He doesn't believe in anything of this. You know, I grew up believing and being well into the paranormal and stuff, and he believes nothing. So he started talking to a girl who was from New York. She was over in Wales visiting family, and he met her on a night out in Cardiff, and they kept in touch after she'd gone home. And she invited him to New York. So he said, yeah, I'll go over. He booked himself an hotel and off he went for 2 weeks. So whilst he was in New York, he'd been out with this girl and her friends, and he's walking back to the hotel. Now, I'm just trying to condense this story just so it fits in for this live stream. So again, I've got to say this friend doesn't believe in anything. So he's walking back to his hotel after being on a night out, and he said it's about 11 o'clock, and you'd swear it's about 1 o'clock the day before Christmas. It's just busy. He said, it's just mad how busy New York was at that time. And as he's walking, he can see his hotel sort of coming into view, and he's just taking in the sights, and he looks across the road, and there's a woman looking sort of towards his direction. They sort of make eye contact, and he just carries on walking. So a couple of seconds later, he starts hearing someone calling his name. Dave, Dave. His name's not Dave, but just to keep his identity secret. They're going, Dave, Dave. And he just doesn't think it's for him. Why would anyone in the middle of New York be calling me? And then someone grabbed his arm and went, Dave. And he's turned round, and it's this woman who he's just made eye contact with. So she says, just give me a sec. And she sort of looks to his right and starts talking to someone to his right. And he's looking, and there's no one there. She turns back to him, and she says, I'm just talking to your grandfather. Now, his grandfather had passed away a few years before, so he's thinking, what? Are you on drugs or something? And then she said, he gave you a watch that you lost. Right, I just want to let you know, it's in your coat pocket, the one where your button come off. So he's like, what? How does she know about my coat with the button coming off? So she just turns around and just walks off. Says that to him, turns around, walks off. So he goes back to the hotel, and he just can't sleep. And he said it's like 2:30 in the morning, and he knows because of the time difference between New York and Britain, that in Britain it's going to be about 7 in the morning. So he rings his mother. He lives on the same street as his parents. Rings his mother and says, can you do me a favor? Go to my house, go upstairs to my bedroom. My coat that the button come off, do you remember it come off last year? Can you look in the pockets and see if Grampy's watch is there? And she's like, what? And he said, well, I've just got this feeling that I know it's in that coat pocket. So off she goes. 10 minutes later, he rings her back. Yes, the watch was in the pocket. How would a stranger in New York know that?
No idea.
Just going on, like Mickey just said, sorry, someone's walked up to him and told him everything about himself. How could you do that to a complete stranger?
Yeah, it's a bit like Mickey. Let us know if yours was similar to Dan. So this is somebody that you know, Dan, that's relayed this story to you.
This is a very good friend of mine, and I trust his word implicitly. You wouldn't make something like this up.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in any of this sort of stuff. I mean, I will reach out to him and see if he will. I don't think he will, but I'll see if he'll come onto my channel and talk about it. I don't think he will, because he's just not that sort of person to get in front of a camera and even talk about anything. So I don't think he will, but I will try.
No, it'd be a good show. Yeah, it's a bit of a, because I thought you were going to tell. I thought you were going to say your friend was a medium, but that's
No.
That's a bit random, and it's a bit random that's you had that story, and then Mickey's just coming with that on chat. That's a weird coincidence in itself.
No, Mickey said that, then I said the story.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a weird coincidence that he was having that comment, and he's had that experience and shared it just as you were about to share that story that you thought prepared. So it's like a bit of a eerie sort of moment in itself. Is
not mega weird, and I don't want to freak anyone out because it's not massively strange. But in the middle of this stream, my studio lights have turned from blue to pink. My studio lights have been blue for like 1.5
Yeah, they have.
for 1.5 years. My studio lights have been blue. Yeah, I just looked back, and it was while we were talking about the moon things, they just turn to pink all by themselves.
Do they have the option of changing color?
They do, but the remote control for it is in my desk drawer. So I don't even. Oh no, it's not. It's on my desk by my glass. But I don't think they work, because I tried to change the color of them a while ago for something, and I couldn't get it to work. It was about a month ago. I don't know if I probably won't be able to even change them back to blue now. But anyway, my LEDs are now pink. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Hopefully, maybe
So
one.
Martha McBob has just left a comment. How does your friend rationalise this himself as a non-believer?
Yeah. Have you talked to him about it?
Yeah, he told me the story. It's a very brief conversation. To him, she's not a psychic because he doesn't believe in that sort of stuff. But he just doesn't understand how a stranger could tell him stuff that, that, like Mickey said, stuff they shouldn't know. But I don't. He just thinks there's some crazy woman in the middle of New York that's just come up to him and told him that. He's not even put the psychic tag on it.
Yeah.
I've not spoken to him about it. I mean, this happened 2006 or 2007. It wasn't long before I moved down to Ilfracombe.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I've not. It was a brief. He told me the story. I asked him what he thought, and he just doesn't know.
So Mickey was saying that yes, his was similar. He was working as a cashier in a bank. This lady was just another customer, never seen her before or since. So that, I mean, again, Mickey, if you'd never seen her before or since, then the chances of it being a stalker kind of, unless she's a particularly very good stalker, never seen her before since. She knew details that she shouldn't have known. She knew about his job, the car he was buying, little details that she shouldn't have known.
Can I just ask Mickey, did this happen in like the Facebook sort of era from about 2000 and Facebook was 2004 it started, wasn't it? But I don't know when it boomed over here. Was it in that sort of time frame?
It could have been a Facebook stalker.
That's what I'm thinking.
Eventually plucked up the courage to go and face off Mickey, but you still never know.
No.
Forgot what I was going to say now. Yes, that was it, Dan. So, on the subject of psychics, so then, is there anybody within your circle of friends or acquaintances that you believe is a genuine psychic or medium or has abilities?
No.
Okay. So I was going to suggest what might have been a good idea is to suggest your friend, even though he's a non-believer, to just go and see another medium, because the whole the in the world of the haunting and the ghosts that we covered here on another show, there is a theory that obviously there are certain past relatives or guardians that stick to us, and that's what explains a lot of the orb like type photos and things like that. So it'd be interesting if you went and saw another psychic and she was straight in on his granddad and that his granddad's there talking to him. That would be weird. If it was somebody that you knew was quite a genuine psychic and kind of really had a good vibe about them, that would be a real freak out moment if that happened. Do you think?
But, I don't have any people I know with genuine psychic abilities, but I do know people who claim they're psychic and they are quite openly fraudulent, which I will tell another story in a sec about one of them.
There's certainly a lot of that out there, as well as as well as the genuine articles. There's lots of that. I mean, like Derek.
There's more of that than genuine if there is genuine out there.
Smiler Rainbow went to see a psychic and had a reading many years ago, before like me, and she told her she was going to end up marrying an alcoholic.
He says as he's pouring a glass of wine.
which
look.
is just craziness. I'll just I'll just put that over here. There.
That is funny.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's a true story. It's a true story. Yeah, what
Well-
that says about me. But there you go.
I said that when when we have the medium come on next show, that'll be the first time I've had a reading as well. But I actually have tried to have readings in the past, and I've been rejected twice.
What will be interesting if you get
I have,
rejected?
I think, mentioned that on a show before.
I remember you mentioning that. Yes, it'll be interesting to see if the medium rejects you when they come on. 'Cause have you met the medium?
Yes, it's somebody that I know. So, you know,
Okay.
and yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mickey said the lady was just happy to tell him all the details and like demonstrate her skills and shook his hand. Said it was really nice to meet you.
Yeah. Can you imagine how freaky that would be, though? Someone coming in saying, "Hiya, G, how's it going? Are you going to buy that Volkswagen Golf?" "Oh, I wouldn't bother. The steering column's awful. Were you born in July?" Can you imagine that? Someone coming up to you, complete stranger, and just telling you everything
I'd be
about you.
freaked the fuck out, I have to say. I would be freaked.
Well, going back to Mickey's experience, he did say that it was pre-Facebook and socials. So that doesn't, that doesn't present an explanation how this woman knew him. And what I find interesting is that, he'd never seen her before and hasn't seen her since. But, I like to stay open-minded about it. And Mickey said, like, how were you... How did they reject you in the Cilla blind date style? Yeah, I was waiting behind the door. No, so the first time, I think it was the first time. I need to try and remember which way around it was, but the first time was in Dublin. I was with some friends, and we weren't actually staying in Dublin. We were staying just out of Dublin in a small town in County Kildare. But we'd gone on a day trip into Dublin, and my two female friends that I was with one of them sort of comes from that area. That's why we were there. And she said, "Oh, you want to go and see this psychic down at so-and-so street." And it was this building that sort of had about this really winding staircase to get to the top floor where the psychic was. But it was like this area at the top of a landing where there was a camera sticking outside the door, and then like basically a speaker, so you would sort of rang the bell, and you speak through like an intercom, and it was over the intercom that she just rejected me because she can obviously see us on the camera. She said she would give a reading to the two ladies, but she won't give a reading to the gent. But there could be any number of reasons for that, because it could be somebody who just doesn't feel comfortable in the company of men. And that's why she's over paranoid and got a camera, on the door. So it was very like strange, if I wasn't being told that I was going to see a psychic, I would have thought it was something other very, very shady, but my friend who lived there or had come from there, because these were uni friends, she basically, she had been to see this medium before and thought that they were really, really good. And that's why she wanted us to come and have the same experience. And then the next time was over the phone. And it was, again, someone had recommended or said that they had experience. It was a work colleague. And so I thought, oh, this sounds really interesting. It sounded relatively good price as well. So I gave this lady a call. And she was like wanting to ask a few questions, and I just answered these questions. And then she said, "I'm really sorry, I can't do a reading with you," but she didn't explain.
Strange.
She senses true evil.
This man is an evil genius. He's going to take over the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I may have exaggerated
Yeah.
by saying alcoholic there, Smile a Rainbow. Yeah. I think it might have been when you were at university, wasn't it? I think it might have been at a Cambridge ball. Possibly. Yeah. Anyway. Yes. What was your second story, Daniel?
My second story. Oh, well, I'm trying to decide which one I want to tell you. Because one of them I want to keep for my psychic series, which I've released 2 episodes, which are private. If anyone wants them, they'll have to email me. If you want my email address, you'll have to pay.
Right.
That's a joke.
We could probably guess it's probably a channel name at gmail.com.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you can usually guess what a channel's email address is. Yeah.
Oh, which story? No, I want to segue into something else after this, so I'll tell this one. So, excuse me.
That does still looks like a bottle of red wine every time.
Yeah, it's one of those Czech Budweisers.
Yeah, nice.
Let's hope you don't get a copyright claim now.
No, it should be.
Oh,
all
no,
right.
we've had all sorts.
We're not sponsored.
I've just got to come to a comment Mazza McBob said. This is my inner skeptic talking. Maybe like on-stage hypnotists, psychics have a way of selecting more susceptible people over others. Controversial. They do. It's people who are grieving and people who want to hear from their loved ones.
Yeah.
And all a psychic has to do is, I have a woman with me, your grandmother, yeah, she's all right, she's fine. Bye. And that's all people would need. They'll take that as gospel. They've just spoken to my grandmother, I know my grandmother is fine. Whereas in fact, they've not really said anything, they've just said your grandmother's fine. You know.
I can add to the story a little bit, but I don't want it to damage the perspective of the story. But obviously we were in Dublin, and obviously we were out for the day, and obviously we were uni students. So I'd had a few to drink, although I wouldn't say I was drunk, and I would have been blatantly, if somebody was watching me on camera, I would have been blatantly drunk, but who knows? So, but on the phone one, I certainly wasn't drunk. Hello, all right. Just inquiring about an appointment. No, but so I just wanted to offer that up, or maybe it was just that they sensed that we were a bit merry and we'd been out partying. But then why would she volunteer to do the 2 girls?
Do you turn into a Londoner when you're drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's all dependent. You know how much I am a chameleon. You know, if I'm having a drink with a Scottish person, I turn into a Scottish person. I don't even know that I was in Scottish.
It'll end up being Welsh.
I turned into a Scottish person.
Indian?
What it was.
Yeah. Who knows?
That was a very good accent then, G. Fair play.
He's getting better. I think he's been working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on, Daniel.
So the second story, I think I've mentioned before about my magic background.
Yeah.
So it was Christmas 2015. It was the week between Christmas and New Year. I decided I was going to make a New Year's resolution, and I was going to release some of my magic tricks that I'd come up with, some of my card tricks. So I'm thinking of the best way to do it, and I thought an ebook. So I put an ebook out in 2016 with some of my card tricks, and I left my email at the end of the ebook for anyone to get in touch if they have any questions about any of the tricks, or if they have any sort of ideas about the tricks or anything. And I had an email. I released it in May 2016, my ebook. And about the September, I had an email of a guy I'm not going to name his real name again, so I'll call him Dave again. And this guy emailed me and he was inquiring about one of the tricks I'd released. And he wanted to, he liked my trick, but he wanted to see if I had any more knowledge about the trick. Because the thing with magic is, if you see a trick, if you see David Blaine doing a trick, we have about 1 million different ways we could do the same trick. There's a lot of different ways of doing tricks. Anyway, so he was inquiring about a certain trick, and we were emailing back and forth, and we got quite friendly. And then it got from emails then, and we were talking on the phone, and I just knew this guy is a magician. So comes to March 2018, and I'm working for Pound World, and I worked away. I was a part of a store improvement team, and I was covering the Southwest, but my manager was going on annual leave. So then me and the people I worked with had to go up to Southend, up to Essex, to work with what was known as the Southeast team. So Dave, this guy who's from the Southeast, and I reached out to him. I said, I'm going to be in Southend in these dates. Are you free to meet up? Can you get to Southend? And he said, yeah, we can meet up. So he comes to Southend, and it's the last day that I'm in Southend. I work nights, and it was the Thursday. And I worked the Thursday night, and I was going home the Friday. So we met up in the afternoon, and I spent the afternoon with him. And we just sat in I was in the Premier Inn, and I think the restaurant, is it Brewer's Fare or Beefeater that's linked to Premier Inns?
Brewers Fair, I think.
It's one of those, yeah. And we were in the restaurant, and we were just playing with our cards, really, just showing each other magic tricks.
That's Beefeater, isn't it?
It's both. Beefeater and Brewers Fare is actually the same.
Okay.
There's two brands of the same organisation. They're both the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, not that it matters. Not that it's integral to the story. But there you go.
So, so I spend the afternoon with him, and I realise then I've got to go to work. So this is about 5:30, and I start work at 6. So go to work, and I get into work for about 5:45, and the manager turns around and says, "What are you three doing here?" "What do you mean? We've come in for our last shift." And basically he tells us that apparently he sent us an email not to go in that night because there's not enough work, and we were all going to get, if we wanted, annual leave day. So we were a bit like, oh, that's a bit naughty. So I thought, I'll just go back to the hotel and I'll see if Dave is still about. Went back, messaged him, and we met back up. So we go back down into the restaurant, and it's busy. And we sat there playing with our cards, and we get a bit of interest from people. So people start approaching the table wanting to see magic tricks. So I didn't really show anything. It was Dave. I nearly said his real name then. It was Dave that was taking the lead. So first of all, he does a trick for 3 women, and he gets them to pick cards. And then very much like what Mickey said and what I said, he starts telling these women stuff that really you shouldn't know. And I'm sat there thinking, how on earth is he doing this? And then he tells them the cards, which I got that part. I knew how he'd done that, or so I thought. So after they'd went, we were speaking about it, and I said, with the cards, you're doing this. And he said, no. I said, sorry? He said, no. So what I thought he was doing, he wasn't. So he does another trick on a woman, and it's a trick called Angle Zero. And it's a trick by a fellow called Daniel Madison. And you rip the corner off a playing card, make it disappear, then it reappears in like an impossible location.
What, just the corner, or the card with the corner missing?
No, just the corner of the card.
Right.
So this woman comes over, he rips the corner of the card, he makes it disappear, and the corner ends up in her purse. So now at this point, I'm suspicious because this is a trick that I know, and this is a trick that I've done as well. And for the corner to go in the purse, you were going to have to put it in the purse because obviously it's not real magic. The only thing is, this guy's not moved. He's been sat there. This is like, we've been there probably just over an hour at this point.
A stooge?
And he's not moved. So I'm thinking...
A stooge?
But I'll get onto that now, Monty.
Okay, all right.
So, but you are more or less spot on.
Hey!
So I'm sat there thinking, hold on, he's got someone with him. He's not moved. And that corner just ended up in the purse. So I'm sort of trying to look around, like trying to be sort of, secretive. Who's with him? Then he suggests going somewhere different, going to a different pub. So we go to a different pub, we order a drink, we sit down. Now we have about 4 different people come and sit with us. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So there were people that were with him. And what's come out is that all these people are magicians. And they all work professionally. And 2 of them are fraudulent psychics. Oh. And all of them, when they have bookings, they're all researching the people. I've not really spoken to him since because I'm not really comfortable with that.
And this was a work colleague at the time.
No, this was someone that had downloaded my ebook.
Right.
He got in touch with me about a trick in my ebook. He lived up in the southeast. It was nothing to do with work.
Ah, right. Okay.
The thing is, with magic, you're being tricked. So everybody's in on the joke, aren't they? Because you know it's a trick, and part of the fun is trying to work out how they did their trick. But that's not the case for psychics, is it? They're not doing it with a wink and a nod. Like, I've seen what's he called? Darren Brown do like psychic readings with a wink and a nod, saying this is all fake. But generally they don't do that, do they?
No. I mean, the thing is as well, when you see a psychic, if you're a believer, you think what they're saying is real. But what they're doing is they're doing things like what Darren Brown does, but they're dressing it up as, I'm really doing it. I am really talking to your grandmother, and I'm talking to your father, and they pass it off as real. Something's just moved behind you there, Monty.
My tiles just fell off the wall.
Yeah.
I think you're upsetting. I think you're upsetting someone with all your skepticism.
And
Before
I leave, I might even try a magic trick with you guys.
Weird things are happening in my studio. Oh dear.
It's just a trick.
It is just a trick. Yeah, I'm going to try something with you guys. Give me a sec.
Oh, I'm excited.
Okay.
Is it going to take any time to prepare? Should we be talking about something else? Or
Are you there?
hello? Oh yes,
Yeah.
you got your ears in.
Gee, I think I'm going to try this with you.
All right.
Lovely.
Put
I
these
like
cards up. And I want you to think of one.
Sorry.
I'm going to show you the cards,
Yep.
and I want you to think of a card, okay?
Okay.
Just think of one. Let me know when you've got one.
Okay. Got one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have a look in your pocket.
Which pocket?
Any pocket. Your right or your left. And when you bring the card out, bring it out.
Are you joking? There's no card.
No, it would have been good though, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Freaking me out.
Freaks me
You're
out.
freaking me out.
No, seriously, I'll try something with you. Can't see nothing. Right, so I am going to be honest. This may work with some of you. It may not work with none of you.
Mickey just
How many
made me
people have
turn
we got
around.
in chat?
You what?
Mickey just said, "Who's that old woman on your sofa?"
She just walked past you as just before Mickey made that comment, Monty.
Started to get a bit nervous.
Look,
Right,
I
so-
don't need to worry about spirits because I find it hard enough fighting off spiders.
Oh, spiders are worse than spirits. Definitely. Right, so my part in for you guys. I'll try this. As I said, this might not work with all of you. It might not work with any of you. It might work with all of you. This is one of those. You've got to be susceptible to something. So, first of all, can you hear me? Okay, I'm not lagging or nothing.
Yep.
No.
You're fine.
No, brilliant. So, if you want to take part, please listen to what I'm saying carefully. I want you to imagine you're in a room. All the walls in the room are white. The wall directly in front of you, there's a window. And you're looking out the window and it's dark. And through the darkness, you can just about make the outline of a tree. So now in the room, directly in front of you, there's a table and there's a few objects on the table. In one corner, there is a postcard. On that postcard is a picture of the Beatles. In the next corner, there's a golf ball and a couple of golf tees. In the third corner, there is £40 in £10 notes. And in the last corner, there's a playing card. In your mind, I want you to pick up the playing card and have a look at the face. What card do you see? Don't tell me out loud. Don't say nothing. Just get that card in your mind. Everyone done that? Have you guys done that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you done it in chat as well? But don't put your card in chat.
So, if I've done this right, you should be thinking of the Four of Clubs.
Oh.
By those reactions, I think I got it wrong.
Were you? Were you, Monty? Were you thinking about the Four of Clubs?
Well, I was thinking about the Four of Spades.
I was
Four of
thinking about the
Spades.
Ace of Diamonds. But I think I was maybe polluted because I was holding on and remembering the card that I was focusing on from the first trick that you did. So I was maybe...
Was that the Ten of Hearts, G?
No, it's the Ace of Diamonds.
Oh, yeah. Eight of Hearts, someone said.
Mickey had the Eight
Mickey,
of Hearts.
Mickey had it.
I was thinking King of Hearts. No, worked with everyone. This is the thing. Shall I tell you how it works? No, I won't tell you how it works.
No, don't give away the trick.
No. Ten of Hearts. Ah, see, I knew someone had the Ten of Hearts.
Well, you got the four corners of the table. You've got. There was a
Armstrong.
golf reference to clubs.
Yeah.
Is that sort of thing.
So that's...
You know when I mentioned the tree?
Yeah.
You know when you're a child
Yeah. It was.
and you draw the
that shape.
trees?
Yeah.
Looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's very clever. Yes.
So, Smiler, I did actually predict that you would think of the Ten of Hearts, and it's on my card box.
That's very good. Very
This
good.
is how psychics work. They will take opportunities like that. See, Smiler said Ten of Hearts, and I said, yeah, I knew someone was thinking of the Ten of Hearts. That's what psychics would do. They would take advantage of stuff like that.
Yeah. I had problems following it all as well because I like my alcohol, so that's my excuse.
Yeah, as I say,
Psychics
you
were
might have got me there. Well, see, the weird thing is that I was, when you said the Beatles album, or was it Beatles postcard?
Beatles postcard.
I instantly thought the image that was in my head was the Yellow Submarine album cover. I don't know why. Like when I think of Beatles, I think of the Yellow Submarine album cover. And then when you said the golf club, the golf balls with golf tees, wasn't it? In my vision, instantly the tees were yellow, and then I thought, oh, maybe this is where it's starting to guide you, because it's like Beatles, Yellow Submarine. Oh, the golf clubs are yellow, but I guess yellow wouldn't have any relation to cards in any way, because there isn't yellow in cards. But yeah, interesting.
Oh, thanks for that, Dan. That was really interesting.
Yes, that's really cool. I've got to be honest, you freaked me out with the first one. Like that, honestly, that was very clever the way you did that.
Can I tell one more story?
I was even afraid to put my hand in my pocket, because I thought, if I find a card in my pocket, I'm probably going to pass out.
Can I tell one more quick story then? Because you're saying that you were freaked out there.
Yeah.
So there's a magician friend of mine here in Devon by the name of Tom. That is his real name. He was in college, and I think he was about 18, 19. This was a couple of years back. And he goes out for a night out with a few of his friends. And another one of their friends was working and was meeting him a little bit later on. So they're in a pub, and there's a couple of lads just about to leave the pub. And they could see Tom there playing with cards. And one of them's come over and gone, "Oh, are you a magician? Can I see a trick?" And Tom's looked up and said, "Yeah." And he's noticed that the guy who's come over is the big brother of the friend he's about to meet. But this guy doesn't know who Tom is, doesn't know he's friends with his brother. So Tom says, "Take a card," and he starts showing him tricks. He gets him to sign a card, and he makes the card disappear from the deck. And the guy's like, "Where's my card gone? Where's it gone?" And he can't get his head round it. Anyway, so he leaves. So about half hour, 45 minutes later, however long it was, Tom's friend walks in, who is this guy's younger brother. He comes in, gets a drink, comes to him, starts chatting away, and Tom says, "I saw your brother earlier on." Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention as well, when the guy said, "Where's my card? Where's it gone?" Tom said to him, "When you go home tonight, have a look under your pillow." Right. And the guy's like, "Nah, piss off. Nah. That's impossible. No way." And he walks off. I forgot to mention that. That's important.
Important part of the story, that bit.
Yeah. So when Tom's friend comes in, he says, "Oh, I saw your brother earlier." And I showed a card trick to him. "Can you do me a favor? If you get home before him tonight, can you put that under his pillow?" And the younger brother's loving it. He's going, yeah, definitely. So he gets home, and his brother's not home. So what does he do? Goes into his bedroom and puts the card under his pillow. So he goes into his bedroom, and I don't know how long after it was, but his brother comes home, and he's like, "Oh, he's home." He comes up the stairs, he walks into his bedroom, closes his bedroom door. About 10 seconds later, he starts effing and blinding. Starts shouting, how is this possible? So Tom's friend goes into his brother's room. "What were you shouting for? What were you shouting for?" "I saw a magician earlier on. He made my card disappear and told me to have a look under my pillow. Look what's under my pillow." To this day, he still doesn't know that his brother was in on it.
Yeah, brilliant.
He's probably going around and, telling people about that. I had this, I believe in magic, like proper magic. That's funny.
Probably.
Class story.
When Maz and McBob was about 5 years old, she made a pigeon come out of a balloon.
Really?
True story. Yeah. We were in Mallorca and at a hotel, and it was the evening entertainment. It was a magician, and Maz got pulled up on stage and made her pop a balloon, and a dove or a pigeon came out of it.
I hope he doesn't watch this.
Yeah, you just shattered his his illusion.
Let's hope he doesn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, gosh.
Maz says, "I did do that." Yes, you did. You're magic, Maz. We've always known you're magic. So, yeah, there we go.
Well, getting off the subject of magic and psychics now, I'm going to introduce a couple of things. back to back, and then if we've got the two things back to back aren't the same, and then if we've got time, I've got something else later that I can always share with you guys. But yeah, so I was going to Monte, you've got my email there.
I do.
First thing I was going to share, and again, I just want to say, I only looked at this for about 15 seconds, brought it along because I thought, do you know what? I like the location that it's in. It's the UFO one, just underneath
The second one?
link. Yeah, it says UFO over.
Not there. Where'd it? Hang on a mo. Oh, there it is. Let me just pull that into somewhere useful. Bear with me. Just doing my normal admin like thing. There we go. And that one.
That one. They're back to check on the ancient alien builders came back.
So that.
Interesting.
Oh, that's the same size, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Where's this from then?
Facebook.
Facebook. But do we know where
And
the
for a group, it's from a group called
what happened there?
UFO UK, or should say on the initial link, I think, when you bring it up. What group is that I'm a member of? Hold on, let me just double check.
But you don't know like the history of it, where it came from initially?
No, I mean, it was shared about 3 weeks ago, and from my knowledge, UFO alert in the UK, it was recent. Let me see if I can find the original posting.
It does the splitting thing that we've seen other UFOs do recently.
Yeah, so, let's break down what it could possibly be.
Well, CGI.
Over to you guys.
CGI?
Do you think it looks like a common CGI program?
I don't know a lot about CGI, but it could be an After Effects thing. I mean,
Yeah, I definitely wanted to find it.
I think this could be taken on a tripod, and they've added wobble to make it look like a camera, because you can, if you take the footage on a tripod and it's all steady, then add the effects and then apply the camera wobble, it makes it all look a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah,
camera wobble looks like an algorithm to me. It doesn't look like someone holding a camera. I'm going CGI.
Is it a continuous loop of the video, G, or is it one long video?
It's
continuously looping.
continuous loop, I
Continuous
believe.
loop, okay.
I mean, the main thing that makes... So, actually, it comes from a Facebook group called Alien Radar. It's not a group that I'm part of. And it has in the title just simply this: no details, no dates. The ancient alien builders came back. So, yeah, as I said, I only watched the first 10, 15 seconds of this. I wasn't going to, because, that keeps it more fresh in terms of fresh investigation and discussion. I just saw it, and because I like Stonehenge, and I'm a fan of Stonehenge and been there quite a lot, and I love the energy there, I just thought, oh, aliens of Stonehenge, quite a nice concept. Yeah, but I'm with you. I probably think that it's not drones, because I think it would be very difficult for somebody to get away with for too long. Very lighted drones over that area, because there's quite a lot of sensitivity about what goes on over that area. Although it wouldn't be impossible. It's not like the military or the Air Force are all of a sudden going to break out, because there's some drones over the top of Stonehenge. But
How far is Stonehenge from Salisbury Plain?
I would say, because I know that the Salisbury Plain lights are very popular.
It is Salisbury Plain, isn't it?
This is something that Monty's good at. He could bring up Google Maps and tell us how the distance between Stonehenge and Salisbury Plain. Go on, Mr. Google Man.
Okay, so
Google Maps.
what are you saying? What are you saying? So here's Stonehenge. I'm going to have to share. I'll share the screen. That'll be easier, won't it? Better stick that on just in case.
What is curious about this one, though, because my eye
There's Stonehenge. I've just gone straight there. And that's how good I am with Google Maps. I just bring up Google Maps and I'm there, baby.
You're the Google Maps king.
But where's Salisbury Plain? I mean, I thought this all was Salisbury Plain.
No.
Well, I would definitely say it's near Salisbury.
Well, I thought that was what this whole area was called. But anyway, it's there.
I mean, it's a very popular hotspot for reports and activity, not just around Stonehenge, but all around that location. Back in the 80s, it was around this sort of location that crop circles were very popular and frequent. However, as in best parts, most people consider crop circles to have been debunked. But it,
No.
They're
We
Salisbury.
know that people make them, but there's a channel on YouTube. I can't remember the channel name, but if you just Google Circle Makers TV, it's a fella by the name of Matthew Williams, who's a UFO researcher, and he is the only person to have been arrested for making crop circles in Britain. But go and watch it, because you'll soon realize that even though people are making them, there's other stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, I actually I'm aware of some of that, and actually there are certain crop circles that I wouldn't necessarily dismiss. So I just was talking in general that most people consider crop circles debunked. I'm not necessarily one of them, and still remain open-minded about it. But I just love the fact that it's Stonehenge. I've been to Stonehenge with Monte, actually.
I have, yeah.
And I believe with Mazamet Bob. And I've been there multiple times. I've driven past there a lot. I've visited around there a lot. I used to have friends in Salisbury, stayed in and around Salisbury a lot, gone to a lot of the other stone monuments around that area, because that Stonehenge isn't the only one. Visited the supposed Saxon tombs, or I believe they're Saxon tombs that are adjacent across the other side of the road. They're in a diagonal, because what's really interesting, if you've ever been to Stonehenge, they sort of tell you about the story of where it feels that there was like a not a sacrificial, please don't think I'm thinking sacrificial, the word that I was looking for is like a ceremonial kind of procession that used to go from one position that would be around near Salisbury, where there's some other stones that would come and pass through what we know as Stonehenge, and then it would continue on to the catacombs or the tombs, where then the special or sacred individuals were laid to rest. I think that's sort of the story, but I think that there's a really cool energy around that part, and some of the stuff is really mystical just when you start breaking down why was that built. But yeah, so it just caught my eye, because I kind of like the energy around that area and some of the mystery. And so the thing is, though, I'm going to sort of come at it from a sort of open-minded skeptic angle. in a more thought-provoking way, if you were going to use CGI to do something like this, considering where even amateur CGI is at these days and what you can apply, would you put this out and think that it's credibly going to get away with anything?
No.
So that's the only thing, like a double negative. Like, it's so obvious that it
It's too good to be true.
But I haven't seen myself, because as you know, if you watch The Vault, we do a lot of. Oh, sorry. Do you know what? I'm not even watching YouTube, so I've not been watching chat. Sorry, guys. Got to look that live as well. Oh yeah. When I was there with Mazza at Stonehenge, we got absolutely covered in these horrendous bugs. It's like these bugs come out for like 1 or 2 days of the year, and they're just like locusts everywhere. It was so gross. We would just get covered with these like big, like flying beetle things. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of looking at when we do GStar Vault, you sort of talk about the A-carts model, and the S in the A-carts is similar. Is there anything similar out there? Well, in terms of CGI, I haven't seen anything that reflects on this pattern. However, it is very slow moving, so it could be a familiar pattern that's kind of been slowed down. But I haven't seen anything similar to this on what we would consider sort of like an amateur level.
You can create light boxes in After Effects and make them do whatever you want them to do.
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. But for most people who were bothered fakes and hoax, they're not particularly intelligent, so they use the most basic of software it's already kind of done for you.
Just out of interest, we're actually at like Stonehenge here, and we're looking at it. They're high up in the sky, so they're not really above Stonehenge. They'll be away at a distance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they were right above Stonehenge, they'd be tiny little torch-sized things hovering above Stonehenge. You know what I mean?
What I will do.
So,
go on, sorry, man.
Well, just taking that image there, I've just worked out in Google Maps while you were talking that we're actually looking at it roughly from this angle. So you see these outer stones here, and that big sarsen stone there. Well, that's these outer stones. I think actually we're looking at it a little further round.
What direction is that?
You need to spot the one that's furthest away, huh?
Facing on that, what direction would we be facing on the video?
Well, that's what I'm trying to work out.
I think we would be coming from the angle that's on the right side of the image that Monte was just showing.
So we got that one there, then we got two there, and this one here.
You need to find the stone that's the furthest
that one there,
away from the circle.
that one there. Yeah, so
So
we're looking in this.
here.
So we're looking
We're over like this
that
side.
way. I'm just trying to work it out. So what's in? So yeah, almost in that. That
It is
is
in the direction of Salisbury, I think.
that is because it's in line with that line there. That is in the line with the traditional route to Stonehenge. There's like a you see this line going through the field,
Yeah.
and it's probably above this area here. So yeah, you can almost that's pretty cool actually. They thought that through. If it's fake, they thought that through because it literally looks down this line here, and they're above this area here. So that's in the direction of if we go north. That's actually in that's in that direction away from Salisbury.
Interesting.
As I say, I didn't have, and I didn't want to, delve into a lot of any content that I was going to share this evening because I wanted it to be more of a fresh investigation and discussion for me. But what I will do is I'll go away and give some time to see if there's any other examples of where there's been any photoed or footage of lights in and around Salisbury Plain or Stonehenge, and see if there's anything that looks anywhere near similar.
I can't actually stop this video now.
But I definitely think I wouldn't dismiss that it could be CGI. Of course, it could be, but I just think that if it's recent, and it could be recycled stuff, it could have been something that somebody posted 10 years ago, and somebody's found it somewhere, and they've just dropped it on another site. So that might explain why the CGI is so obviously CGI. But in this day and age, if somebody's sharing that currently, fresh and new, then it's a little bit weak. Which then would make me do the double think of, well, would real look weak?
Yeah, that's it. I think, if you see real things like that, it would probably look fake, if you know what I mean, because it'd be so jarring.
Well, so anyway, that was the first thing I was sharing, just to get it back to one of my favorite categories, and that be, UAPs and UFOs. But now I've got a game to play with you both.
Oh,
okay.
And I need to get some pictures up. So if you can drop the screen, I think we've got it back anyway. It's fine. Hold on.
Nope, bring chat
Share.
back. Bring chat back. Salisbury Plains where military maneuvers. Oh, that's where it is. That's correct. Yeah. That is actually. Well, look. I'll just quickly. I know now. So, Stonehenge is here. In this area. Salisbury's down here, and Salisbury Plain, where they do all the military maneuvers, that's actually this big area up here. So
that is north of.
Yeah, it's just all this. It's all up here. Yeah, but I think the lights were coming from. Well, it's weird because you can actually see a line in the landscape, can't you? From the direction that the lights were coming in.
Of course, you can play in chat, Mazza. Everybody can play. It's a game for everyone. But just make your answers quick, because I don't. You're gonna need to, because there's a lag on chat. Anyway, so this game is fake or real, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you images of animal, sea life, mammals, etc., etc. You tell me whether you think they are real animals or fake animals.
Oh, fun game.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Fun game.
So
I like games. Okay.
the first one that is ready to share now is a bush viper.
Real.
And why are we so 100% certain they're real?
So
Let
I
us
love
know in
snakes,
chat whether
and I
you
know
think bush viper
vipers
is
are
real.
Just seems like a real
There's
thing.
a few different types of bush vipers as well.
Mickey says real. So
Got a unanimous real. Well, everybody has got a point.
woohoo! Well done, everyone.
And the next one.
Should we give chat a chance to answer this time before we weigh in?
Got four reels.
Right.
And
Okay.
there's 4 people watching, so everybody got in there.
Everyone got in there. Yeah.
And they were quick off the buzzer, which is good. So this one is called the Saiaga antelope.
The Saiaga antelope.
It's a Saiaga antelope.
It looks pretty real to me, so I'm going to
Real
say
or fake,
real.
guys?
I'm going to
Real or
say
fake?
real.
I think Karen wants to know if we're getting any points for this. Is there Monte Zone points up for offer?
Yeah, for every correct answer, you get 20 Monte Zone points.
Yeah.
Or Monte points.
Yeah. I'm going to say fake. Mickey says beef fact fake.
Yeah,
Mouse says
blue
fake. What it?
Question
Dan
mark
went
there,
real,
doubting
did you?
yourself.
Yeah, I went real.
Smiler went real. Karen went eel.
Real. So the Saiaga antelope is a real creature.
That's real.
Yeah.
That picture there is real.
Yeah, you may want to Google it, but yeah, it's
What's it called?
so it's S A I.
Sciatica. No, what's
No, not sciatica. SAIGA
a
antelope.
Sega?
Because I know that for all the people that are fake, gonna want to.
That's a real thing. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a weird looking. That looks something straight out of Disney or Star Wars. All right, you got me there, G. You absolutely got me there.
Woo! That's 20 points to me. I'm taking.
Hold
20
on, I've got
points.
2 right. I've only got 2 points. How have you got 20?
No. You've got 40 because you're getting 20 for each correct answer. So you got the first one right. So you've got 40. Everybody's got
brilliant!
Wow.
Everybody's got to keep their own balance.
That's a good one. I like that, G. That's very good.
Cool. Right. So let's get the next one up.
This is a fun game.
Let me think. Which should go next? Definitely, I think. Let's go. Yeah, that one.
Oh.
It's coming. Hold on 2 secs.
I've just messed the chat window up. Oh, there we go.
Ready to share.
What is that?
Now, the last picture looked real. This doesn't actually look real.
Is that called a firefox?
Real or fake?
Oh.
Are you calling it a firefox? G.
I might be. Who knows? Yeah, no, I'm calling it. I mean, it's called a Firefox.
I'm calling it a fox that just escaped a fire.
I want to go fake, but I went fake last time and was proved horribly wrong.
Now G's put 2 real up, so I'm now thinking he's going to put a fake up. So I'm going to say fake.
Say fake, yeah, fake.
So Karen, you've got 40 points, but I just say everybody keeping their own tally, and then you can share and celebrate.
So Smile has gone fake, Maz has gone real, Mickey's gone fake.
But they enhanced the colours.
You think it's real, but you think they put a filter on it to make the oranges look like spray paint?
So the consensus was fake, yeah?
Yeah.
Got you again, it's real.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that, though.
It is actually a Firefox. And
sorry, guys, there's a bit of a lag, guys. Did we say it's real? I said it's real.
Yeah, stop trying to use your magic on us and your mind powers. I know you said it was fake.
It's fake.
Yeah, it's Firefox.
It's real, though.
Oh, no.
So it is actually called a Firefox.
Yeah.
I believe, yes. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Did I get you again, Monty?
That one. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Like, that is like the only photo of it.
No. I from where I got it from, there's like loads of photos. It shows it in movement and playing around. I just took that one because yes. The camera light on it is particularly, enhances its orange kind of, but that's what they look like.
A cross fox.
They're very rare. Extremely rare.
Cross fox. Yeah, it's actually called a cross fox.
There you go. Cross fox.
Its nickname is Firefox, but it's a cross between a normal red fox and a black fox. So it's a mongrel. It's a mongrel fox.
I didn't even know you could get a black fox.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right. Next.
Here you go.
Do you feel you're getting good or worse?
I just want to. I think I'm getting worse.
I don't know.
Just for the interest, here's the black and.
Oh yeah, they're real. We've just seen those. They're real.
Here's some
60
other
points.
examples. Like there's another one. but it's a cross. They're crosses between red and black.
Yeah, and they look different shades of color. That one particularly just looks
They
particularly
do.
very orange.
Yeah, very orange. So there we go. Sorry, next one.
But Mazza believes that they've added.
I think it's
filter or
I think
pigment.
it's been
Yeah.
had. A lot of them are more just like normal fox colors, just like
Well,
red
the
one.
article that I got it from, you see that particular one in Movement because it's talking about how it's an article where these people have kind of sheltered it and helped it stay alive.
Well,
So it
as it's
shows
a-
it in different. It shows it in different movements, right? And honestly, in different positions or different pictures that it's snapped in, the orange doesn't look bright. But that's not the only picture where it looks that orange. So again, I think it's just things like how it's sat, how it's positioned, how its fur backs up against each other and stuff. When it's more like in motion, it looks less red. But yeah, it's real though. Still caught you out. Don't be sore losers.
I'm just saying it's not actually a firefox, is it? It doesn't actually look like that. So all us fakers were kind of right.
Okay, so this next one is called the miniature hyena.
That looks fake. Straight up, that looks fake.
It's a miniature hyena.
It's fake. That's what it is.
That's a toy.
I think.
Well, every time we've said that so far with G, he's come back and gone, it's real.
Yeah.
Mazza's gone fake. Smiler's gone fakeroo.
Go on, Dan.
Go on, put your credibility as a quality investigator online.
It looks more like a soft toy.
Yeah.
I agree with Smiler. If it is real, it's not okay.
Karen says fake.
Okay.
Gee, if you tell me that's real, I'm going.
You're going to cry.
Right, well, as
Yeah.
everybody else has gone fake,
So-
I'm going real.
Monty, no, don't.
I'm going there.
What are you stating that I'm playing mind games now? And that I'm twisting your melon, man?
Twisting my melon, man. What have you said, Dan?
Dan's
said
going
fake.
Dan's going fake.
Right,
He's
everyone's
really
gone
confident
fake.
that it's fake. So Monte, I'm really pleased to tell you that you had a absolute solid opportunity there to gain 20 Monty points, but you didn't, and everybody else did because it's fake.
God damn it!
I think that's the fourth time in a row that I've caught you out now. Getting good.
I hate this game.
Right,
Stupid.
here we go. They
Stupid
get
game.
crazier.
They get crazier. Are we not finished?
get-
That's
They
my
get
humiliation.
Oh,
not gonna-
no. We're still
Oh.
going. We've still got another two yet.
I need more
So,
wine.
Here we go. Now, this next one is called a goblin shark. It's ready to share. Do we like a goblin shark?
No.
I'd say
No.
that that's real.
So everybody that said fake for the last one, give yourself 20 Monty points and keep your tally. Mickey says it's real. Mazza says it's real.
It's dead, isn't it? It's dead, and it's not looking too good from its deadness.
No.
And it's wearing lipstick.
Well, I think the skin's just shrunk back over the mouth, isn't it? As it's degrading.
Oh.
Real or fake, that goblin shark? Everybody in chat is saying real.
I said real, so everyone in chat might be a bit scared now.
I'm going to say it's fake. I'll go the odd one out this time.
Seen it on Fortnite when I fish. As my parents said. Real, but needs a counselor. So what are you going this time, Dan?
I'm gonna go fake.
You're going to go fake. And Monte?
Yeah.
I went real.
Okay. Anybody that said real? You got 20 points. It is real. A goblin shark is a thing.
But I bet it doesn't look like that when it's alive.
I
I think
couldn't
it
tell you.
still looks like a goblin.
Yeah, that's
Look
for
at him.
sure. So last one coming, I believe.
Oh, they are pretty ugly, actually. They are pretty ugly.
Last one, and this one is basically called a bluebell Nepalese goat. A bluebell Nepalese goat. Ready to share.
That,
Good God.
that's a Pokemon.
Oh,
A bluebell Nepalese. It's from
Daring
Nepal.
chap,
It's
say
from.
real. I
I'm
dare
down.
It's
you.
from the mountains of Nepal.
Dare you, chat, say real.
They're saying real. They're all over it. It's from Nepal in the mountains. In Nepal. That's why it's called the bluebell Nepalese goat. And remember, it's a goat.
Oh, well, yeah, we can see that. It's definitely a goat.
Apparently, the story goes with this creature that it was a goat that mated with a peacock sometime in the last few centuries. And yeah.
It migrates from Pandora.
So, everybody gone real then?
I've not given my answer yet. I'm still trying to decide. I'm going to say fake again.
Yeah,
Say fake.
fake.
I am really sorry to say that this one is fake.
Yes.
So everybody was right. Give yourself 20 money points. Let us know in chat what you think your score was, and let's see who the winner was. Because I didn't have the capability of keeping points this time, so I was doing the pictures.
I think we had some good scores there. Actually, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
I think a few people got tricked out though, and I thought cleverly about how these needed to be positioned to be, and shared.
What is that a picture of?
you off the
Is it a Pokemon?
No, it's actually somebody. So both the miniature hyena, and that's the name I gave it, and I gave this the name. They're both from the same sort of artist who does these creatures. Not really like toy. Well, yeah, I guess they are toys that people can buy, but they're created and positioned in such a way that actually the funny story about this one, and this goes to show you the damaging effect that social media and even the internet can have. If you go and look this creature up on the internet, not by that name, it is called something like the Nepal mountain goat or something like that, and the story claims that it's from Nepal, but it's one of those viral stories that came out, and if you Google it, a lot of pages claim to say that this is real, whereas if you do a little bit more digging, you find out the backstory around the fake story and it was all an advertising ploy for this woman who does these creatures and is promoting and selling them and stuff. So there was 8 pictures, I think, altogether. Whoever was asking Mazza. Let me just go and check my folder. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. 6 pictures altogether.
All right.
I
I
just
think
noticed
I
you
got 2
Go on.
wrong or 3.
So you would have had 80 Monty points. I think Monty got 20. You got the last one right. And the first one. So you got 40 Monty points. And then everything in between you got wrong.
I'm not proud.
Hey, it was a cleverly thought game, and I might introduce something like that again on all different things.
Yeah, it's a
Real
cool
or
game.
fake, real or
Cool
fake.
game. I like it.
Karen said she only got one wrong, so therefore she ended up on 100 Monty points. So Amaza got 100 points. So it looks like. And then Mickey says, I got some correct. Probably too late on a Friday night to remember the score, right, Mickey?
I reckon there should be a playoff between Mazza and Karen.
Well, yeah.
Next
We'll
time.
do that on the next Monty Zone. We'll have I'll bring a couple of more just animal ones, and then
They can
and then
play
we can
off.
have a bit of a playoff, and then I'll bring another category as well. So I've just noticed that you've put hashtag Bigfoot as a tag in the description.
Oh no, that was just left
live stream.
over from the last one. It's just copied.
So
from the last
I
one.
was guessing like we don't want to sort of be falsifying like what the content of the video is. So I did have some Bigfoot stuff ready.
Oh,
yeah. Because
can I go for one first before you get into
of course
Bigfoot?
you can, of course you
I
can.
got a very quick one.
Right.
Got a quick thing here that actually I saw on TikTok, but I saved it to one side and thought I'm gonna bring that up. Yeah. And do you believe in guardian angels? Where was the video? It might be here. Sorry about the advert for EDF. I should have queued this up before, shouldn't I? Really? That's right.
Oh, I think I've seen this before.
So you've probably seen this on TikTok or other places. What's going to happen here is a guy's going to come out and tap this. A guy's going to stand here, and another guy's going to tap him on the shoulder as he walks by. And as the guy looks around, a van's going to pass by, and whatever the van's carrying on the back, happenstance, just swing. It comes detached, like a giant ladder-like thing, and swings out. And if the guy hadn't turned around and been watching, he would have been seriously taken out into hospital. So anyway, here's the clip. So this is from a security video. Someone's recording it by hand off a mobile phone whilst watching the security video. He just taps that guy on the hand, on the shoulder, and he looks around.
What is it that comes swinging by? Is it a gate on the back of the van?
I think I think it's something the van's carrying. As it comes round the corner, it becomes detached and then swings. But if that guy hadn't have tapped him, I think the guy was just playing a joke as he walked it by, just tapped him on the shoulder, and the guy looked round to think, who's that? And then sees this gate swinging for his head.
I even thought it looked a little bit like the guy that's walking down knows him and he's saying, come on, let's go. Like two people out finishing their break and the other one's going, come on, it's like time to go in.
This was in Turkey.
The way he taps him is almost like he knows him.
Yeah.
And then guy just... But then what I don't get is why, if somebody taps you on the left shoulder, why you would look to your right?
No, I don't know.
Perhaps he thinks he's playing a joke on him, tapping one shoulder, and he thinks he's going to be there.
Yeah.
But obviously there's no one there.
Still very, it's a great capture on camera, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, you're right. You've
Stop. Yep. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that one with you because people say, is it a guardian angel? Is it a, is it a time traveler? Is it someone from the future? Maybe that guy is important to the space-time continuum. Maybe he has a child that ends up becoming the leader of the Federation of Planets or something, and he gets wiped out, and he's come back in time to to save his life.
Wow, you got all of that from that.
I'm just making it. I don't know. I don't know. But
That's amazing. That gave me goosebumps. Yeah. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Monty. That was really cool, actually. It's a nice little snippet to break down, really. Very cool. I don't get Karen's comment in the chat. Yes, they come in the form of Uber Eats, Just Eat, and Deliveroo. What was that?
I don't know what that was in relation to. Quite often, Karen becomes detached from live.
Oh, right.
So I don't know. I don't know if Karen may be.
Am I detached from life?
Angels. She's talking about angels.
Oh, yes. The angels come in form of Uber Eats. Yes, they are angels, aren't they? Not that I use that a lot.
I see. Yes.
Okay. So, Bigfoot. So, where are we at with time? Let's go. So, there was two, towards the bottom of that email that I sent you, Monty, there was two links to two Bigfoot pieces. One of them was entitled Not So Great, and then the other one's not got anything commented next to it.
Do you want the not great or better one?
Let's go for the better one.
Before you carry on, what it was in the thumbnail
It was
an antelope that looked like a Pokemon on the moon that was blurred out.
Well, the question is, we will never know. But it was NASA photos of the moon that over the years there's been examples of them that have got blurred out rectangles, and nobody knows why. So we went through some examples at the beginning of the stream, but we have some theories that it's maybe missing data, but the conspiracy theory is that it's covering moon bases or ruins or craft or
ruins,
those sorts of things,
which would align with the other piece of it. Footage that you
Can
shared.
someone post the link for Mazza?
Oh, it's up. Smiler,
it's the same link.
Smiler Rainbow. It's your normal studio, Maz. If you just go in, you do the TNG review. Just join the same. It's the same. You got it already. The moon doesn't play by Earth's laws and physics. No, and does that remind me? Has anybody seen? Sorry, whilst we're doing that, has anybody seen Moonfall? I think it's called Moonfall.
No, we talked about it last weekend, didn't we? And I haven't seen it because I did see a trailer, and I was like,
It's a disaster movie by the guy that did like Independence Day and 2012 and things like that.
Mickey did. Mickey's seen it.
It's crazy. I don't want to put spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, I won't tell you what the moon is in that film, but crazy idea.
I will definitely still watch it because there's not a lot of science fiction flying about at the moment.
It takes like the whole like Independence Day things and that sort of thing and ramps it up to like 11.
Right. Cool.
Here's Maz Bob. Hiya, Maz. This is not the TNG review.
Everybody put your face masks on. Everybody put your face masks on.
Yeah, I don't think you can get COVID down the...
Oh, you don't know with magic, right?
You don't know.
You don't know with Mazza.
Yeah.
It's like my audio is all
Just skills.
jumbled.
Can you hear us?
Are we very mosaic with 4 of us on there.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. Look at us all.
There we go.
Look at us.
Let us know what came out about him. Fresh News 247.
Sorry, I look so rubbish, by the way.
Oh, what did come out about him? I haven't.
That's okay.
He was throwing midgets.
Was he? Dan says says things with such deadpan face. I'm never entirely sure when he's being serious or when he's joking.
Were you coming on, Mazza, because you had something that you wanted to share, or you just wanted to join in the fun?
I just wanted it. No, I did have something actually. It's not like paranormal thing, but you were saying about the images, and it can be dangerous with things on the internet being, like things that aren't true, kind of being taken as being true.
Yeah.
I found a bit of an odd thing recently. So I watch a rather cheesy show called what's it called? The thing with used to be with Tom Selleck. What's it called?
Magnum.
Magnum. Yeah, and there's a British actress in it called Perdita Weeks. And
Is this the new Magnum or the original Magnum?
Yeah, the new Magnum.
Oh.
And I thought I'd look her up. I just thought, I wonder what else she's been in. She's got like a really narrow, like an odd narrow way. Like she's just got a bit of a strange figure. But anyway, I just thought I'd look to see if she'd had maybe like some, I don't know, spinal problems or something. I was just looking stuff up. And if you look her up on Wikipedia, it sort of explains that she's married and she's got kids and all this stuff. And you can find all these references over the internet that she's married to this guy. And it's all completely wrong. She has like publicly said, like, I don't know where that rumor came from. It's all wrong. But there are so many references and there's pictures of her and it's all completely wrong. The people that they say is her husband, somebody that they're saying is called Kit Fredrickson, is actually a completely different actor from a series called Superstore. But it's just really odd that it's in Wikipedia. It's been there for years. She's debunked it several times, and yet there's all these news articles in like, celebrity magazines and all this stuff about her and her husband and this fake family. None of it's true, and nobody's ever corrected. I mean, like, why has nobody ever corrected that wiki page? I mean, we all know that wiki isn't correct, right? So
yeah, but they
I just
don't
find
they
it
have a
maybe
feature where you can correct them, or is that? Am I thinking more along?
You can submit corrections, but
yeah, I have for a couple of things.
It's
before.
got to get past like the moderators.
I came across a Wikipedia for Lauren Hardy, and it said the birthplace of one of the duo wrong, because I know that it was in Ulverston in Cumbria, and yeah.
Okay.
So, corrected them.
So the
Anyway.
guy that made the film, he's one of Byron Singer's guys. That's all I'm going to
He's
say.
a terrible singer, him.
Brian
Yeah.
Brian Singer. I've just looked him up because I didn't
Right,
know who
so
he was.
He's X-Men.
He made X-Men and Pearl Harbor. That one.
So what's Byron Singer done then?
Oh, the film Midway. Sorry. Film midway through production. Oh, sorry. No, he is X-Men. Yeah, sorry. X-Men. Oh, yeah.
So on the subject that Magda was bringing forward, and what I kind of really introduced with the Nepalese goat, there's one really early in the days of the internet, a really early rumor that got spread on the internet so much and talked about so much on the internet that it kind of almost for a good generation became true, and people used to commonly say it, and people would have to correct them because no, it's not actually true. But yeah, that was that Marilyn Manson was the person who played
Yes.
the best friend of Kevin from the Wonder Years.
Wonder Years. That went on for years, didn't it? That
Yeah,
fact.
and it's not true at all. They're two different people. But
call them urban myths, right?
Yeah, but they can be so much more. This is why, I guess you've got to be really careful of what you're looking at on Google, because sometimes, and that's when, when I'm doing research, you kind of get disappointed because you're looking at something and then you go in and then you kind of do a little bit more research and then you find that actually, no, it's already kind of out there debunked, and then, oh God, okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how it can spread, and it could be, I think, because there's a lot of people out there who will, if it's on Google and they've Googled it and it's on the internet, it must be true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's a scary,
I've looked
scary
at
existence, and that's how Trump, a lot of the whole, let's not get into that, but yeah,
maybe
social media.
It's related to the Mandela effect. Maybe in some other alternate timeline, these things are true, and people's minds just can't let go.
Oh, you've just dropped a bombshell of a conspiracy theory there, Monte.
Well,
what are you doing?
I don't know. It's the wine.
Okay, so did we want to get onto this Bigfoot?
Yeah, sorry, fresh.
I honestly can't I know that this one, I think we just need to watch the beginning. So this, I think, so Dan, you might be familiar with this. I think it comes from a gentleman called Morgan. No, not Morgan Freeman. Paul Freeman or something like that.
We've already talked about Morgan
Oh, you've
Freeman.
got the Freeman footage.
No, it's not Morgan Freeman. No, yeah,
I
the
gotta
Freeman.
say, I
footage.
love that comment
Yeah.
earlier, Daniel. Like, how do we tell if Morgan Freeman is Jimi Hendrix? Give him a guitar. Like, I literally was out loud laughing at that point. That was brilliant.
Yeah. Actually,
So-
he owns a bar that he regularly plays music at.
Oh, it's Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
There we are.
Sorry, I just wanted to just quickly say, G, before you get into this Bigfoot thing, I just wanted to welcome Fresh News 247 along, a new viewer, a new person to the stream. So I just wanted to say hi.
Yes,
So,
of course. It's
thanks
amazing.
for joining us and commenting in our live chat. We really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Also, I can leave, like maybe you get somebody else join. I just wanted to make my point about misinformation.
No, you're
No,
stuck now.
You're
You're
stuck now.
now.
No.
You're stuck there
No.
now. You're staying.
Yeah.
If you want to go. If you want to stay. It's all good.
I could hang around and drink,
Yeah, hang around. I got to pour myself some more red wine.
It's a Friday night. That's what
It's
all
Friday
about.
night, hang and chat.
Okay,
Go
so
on
getting
then.
on to this one. From, again, I can't remember if it's Paul Freeman, but
Paul
it's definitely
Freeman, yeah. If
Now,
it's the one, it's from 1994.
Yeah. So it's not new, but it was recently new to me. It's not something that I'm featuring in a special because I hadn't seen it up until recently and just sort of put it aside. But so the first part of this footage gives you a bit of backstory about Freeman and where he was and what he was doing. Then a good part of the video is showing you where he's doing these casts of tracks that he found. And then it gets on to where he's then, I don't know if it's all in the same motion or all in the same video, but then he gets to somewhere where he actually sees something, and I think it's meant to be because he kind of follows the tracks and then he actually has a sighting or an encounter. So what I suggest is we watch some of the blurb that comes up at the beginning, giving a bit of the backstory, maybe fast forward through to the casting of the footprint, because altogether I think it's about, is it 8 minutes long? Yeah, 8 minutes long, so I don't think you want to watch the full thing.
No.
But anyway, you can start the
So start
Paul
from...
Freeman. Yeah, I was right. Paul Freeman is a Bigfoot researcher who claimed to have discovered Bigfoot tracks showing dermal ridges.
Oh.
The plaster casts Freeman subsequently made were convincing enough to be considered critical pieces of evidence by anthropologists Grover Grants and Jeff Meldrum. That name's come up before a lot, Jeff Meldrum, who both put considerable time and resources into studying them. On June 10th, 1982, Freeman reportedly sighted a Bigfoot near Walla Walla in Washington, which he describes as being nearly 8 foot tall and covered in reddish-brown body hair. In 1994, Freeman captured a purported Bigfoot on video near the Blue Mountains region.
This is some of those little ones' tracks.
Very old video. So as I said, it goes through...
It sounds a bit janky, isn't it?
Yeah, so what I suggest is, I think if you get through to about 6 minutes or so into the video, that's when you get to where, no, maybe further back. Yeah, maybe it's around here. I don't know how, because again, I haven't watched this, wanted to kind of see it at the same time as you guys.
Doggone thing went across that up there.
Do you reckon he's already seen something?
I just wonder.
No, I know it's very late in the video.
All right.
Here.
He's kind of come off the tracks.
Somewhere.
He's now saying that he thinks he can hear something or see something.
Oh, there she goes. That's what it'll say in a sec.
Yeah.
Have you seen this, Dan? You've seen this before?
I've seen this quite a few times, yeah. I spoke about it on my channel as well.
Ah.
Oh, God. There's 2 of them, I guess. Man. Oh,
I gotta get closer. I can't...
I wonder where they went. Oh, God. 2 of them.
So I guess he's seen something already,
always
but
see
we
them when
haven't
I'm
seen
myself.
it on. It's not really
Have
been
you
captured
passed
on the.
it, G?
Never see them when there's
No.
somebody else with them.
I don't know. It's difficult not having control of the...
Where do you want me to go?
That's pretty good.
Where are we at? It would help if you
We're
put your
at
mouse on thing.
6:40.
Where'd they go?
Right, fast forward a little bit. Just move it
Feel
slowly.
my heart beating.
Well,
40 miles an hour. Must have went up over the hill there or something.
I think that's when he gets to the top of
It's
the
so
hill.
hard in here.
you sure?
Can't see no track.
We don't know, do we?
Hold on. Just stick with it a second, Monty.
All right, I'm
I'm
sticking.
gonna look on
I'm
up this
sticking with
road
it.
here, man. I can see some
Yeah, it's up here. It's up
tracks where
here.
they come across. The one went up over the hill,
I'm
looked
starting
like.
to get motion sickness.
The other one must have went up this road.
Are you in Australia,
Mhm.
Fresh?
I don't see where it crossed here.
This will be our first Australian viewer. We've had a number of American and Irish. We've even had some Portuguese and Brazilian. I've never had an Australian.
Up this old
I think it's a
trail.
bit back. I don't think it's this far forward.
Well, it's near the end now.
Yeah.
Back and get some back.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's further back, maybe around 4 minutes.
Yeah, stick with this.
Can't see much up through here.
Well, he's not seen anything
I
yet.
hear the
So
brush popping and stuff.
Yeah, stick with this. There he is.
oh, there, I
there
saw it.
goes.
I saw it. I saw it. I saw that. Oh, you can definitely see that.
Jesus.
Jesus.
It's not Jesus.
No, it's not. I know he was hairy, but
Get up here where I can see me quick. Get up here.
I've not seen this
better.
footage before.
Hmm.
Better picture.
As I said, I hadn't. I've seen it a couple of weeks ago.
Of course, Daniel has.
Where the doggone thing went? It crossed
And
it
it seems.
there.
When did you say this was?
Yeah,
This is
1990.
1994.
it should be. Right here. Somewhere.
Should we go back to?
Yeah, just. I mean, this is the pure, the original video.
Yeah.
Short and nobody doing an analysis or breakdown. Have you seen, Dan, any breakdown of this video? Or anybody do a breakdown of it?
Get up here.
I think I've not done a breakdown.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, there he goes.
I'm not too sure, Dan. To be
This
honest
is
with
one
you.
of the more famous ones. You've got the Patterson Gimli, and then I'd probably say it's this one. That's probably the next most famous. This one has split a lot of people. There's a lot of people who claim Paul Freeman was a hoaxer, and there's other people that say that this is genuine.
Yeah.
There's a lot about it, when I was watching it the first time, and why I just grabbed it and then threw it into my notes to remind me to bring it to the next Monte zone. And at the time, I didn't think, because I've already sort of set my plan what I want to cover in the special, so I wasn't planning to use it in there. Yeah, what I kind of liked, I guess, is that it sort of seemed to have a real good backstory and explanation to why he was where he was, and also the camera work, the fact that he's out of breath, all of these kind of things. I just think maybe go to lend some credibility to the fact that it's not staged, but that wouldn't preclude that it could be staged. Let us know in chat what you think.
Like Mickey, I only saw one.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think
no, there is definitely two. You watch on a little bit, and you will see that there's a smaller one as well.
yeah, and
For
I
me,
guess
sorry, G, go on.
I guess one of the things that came a bit credible again across to me is the fact that he's talking about what he can see at times, but he's not getting it on the camera because he's not really thinking about what is my hand doing. I'm just, I'm looking at this and I'm trying to describe. So, and you can see his camera works all over the place. It's down on the floor. It's up in the, and but he continues to talk about what he's seeing and hearing and etc.
I mean, where you would paused it
It's quite
just then,
interesting.
Monty, where he was in front of the tree. What I said in my video was I'd like to know the height of that tree so then we can get like a good basis on the size of the creature. So this tree right in the middle there.
This one here.
Yeah,
It
if we
looks
can find
pretty
out the height
small.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think it's small, but the other trees around it.
You don't know, do you? You just
No.
can't tell.
Once you find out how big this tree is, how tall it is, then I think you get a good idea.
It'll be a lot bigger now.
Oh yeah,
That's true. You can't really tell back in time, can you? But
No.
I mean, this is what I'm thinking about the whole thing is it just does look very small, like a little critter, not a big critter, you know?
It does look small.
There's something in the ground that it seems to be that it's that kind of forest where it's like is it called heath or heather or what is it called that covers the ground?
Yes.
heather is something that does cover the ground.
Yeah, and usually it
Bracken,
will grow.
I think we call it in
Yeah,
West.
that sort of thing, and it usually grows to about 1.5 meters, 2 meters in height. No, not 2 meters. Sorry, 1.5 to 2 meters in height, as a general rule.
Again, on the moors, it normally comes up to about waist height.
Yeah, exactly. So about
a meter to 2 meters would generally be over your head.
Well, no, not a meter would be a good size of like somebody's legs who's 6 foot, wouldn't it? Is my leg not a meter?
Sorry, I'm just jumping around. There's big like it looks like pine trees or something, and there's little ones dotted around. And as you see him walk through a little bit later, you can see these little pine trees are dotted everywhere. Like here, look, you see these little? They're only like a meter tall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's difficult to tell, isn't it?
So go back to the footage where it appears again.
It was 4 minutes.
Somewhere around here, wasn't it? There.
It is.
That's very interesting. So if that is a really tiny tree...
Well...
Is that a midget?
You just can't tell, can you?
Is it smaller than the tree?
Yeah.
Or is it? Could it be a monkey?
Well, no. There's 2 Bigfoots. One of them is a child Bigfoot, but a juvenile, as they call them. Is that the juvenile that we just saw?
Oh, there's one further back there. It's further back. It's now away from the...
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to... it's difficult. It's really difficult to tell. Really difficult.
Well, what I'll do is, either on GStar Vault or next time on the Monte show, I'm definitely not probably going to insert this into the special, but I'll see if there's anybody that's done a breakdown of it out there, like Thinker Thunker. Anybody's got more credible information.
I'll have a quick look now, G.
Okay.
Mickey put it better. He said, you've got to have a little foot before you can have a big foot. I like that better than a juvenile. It's a little foot.
A little foot.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Paul Freeman Bigfoot.
Yeah, I would say, if Thinker Thunker has done an analysis of it, he's either going to call it as it is and call out that tree, or he's going to have been able to do some analysis. But it's interesting to look at the other trees around it, and they're not giving me a massive indication that they're particularly tall based on the width of the trunks. There doesn't seem to be any bowing at the roots. Who knows?
Who knows?
I am surprised that there is no breakdown of this.
Well, he's got so many videos on there. Could you surely find it? And he does remove some and then re-upload them again. So, but I'll have a good look around. As I said, either cover it in a GStar Vault and do like a lot more detailed breakdown of it, or I was gonna or I could do it on the next Monte Zone, because I was gonna share another bit of footage tonight as well. which was kind of very similar. Really interesting, actually, because it's been uploaded, and this breakdown's been done by someone who's got a channel who, at the time when I was viewing this and I took the video, had the same number of subscribers as we did.
3.
And, you know that.
Well,
No, at the time when I was looking at the video initially and I saved the link, it was 232. He had 232 subscribers and we had 232 subscribers.
we've beaten him now.
No, he's jumped ahead.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, he's now 6 ahead of us. So,
Good for him. Good.
not that we're counting subs.
No,
We don't do
not
that.
that we're counting. No.
No. Just looking forward to
My pen
400.
Yeah.
So Fresh is saying that he's had a few experiences, and his friend, who's like a brother, has had a few months dealing with a personal supernatural issue. I've asked if he can give us like a brief on what that is.
Oh, yeah,
He
we wanna know.
Can't join us live because he's in work. Mickey also says he wants to know what will happen if 5 people join the live stream. So I said, Mickey, join us.
Yeah, we can have up to 10.
Hey, you will not break Tinternet.
No,
So
no.
who's the friend that's contacted you?
It was Fresh was saying that their friend is
Oh.
having a supernatural issue.
Well, it's pretty deep. Well, you know, if you ever want to come on for another Monte Zone when you're free, or talk to us at another time, we'll we
We
love
do a pre-recorded interview.
yeah we love to
feature
have good
it.
stories like that. Some good stories and good information. That'd be great. Yes.
Yeah.
So
We've covered,
yeah.
you know, go back and watch some of our other streams and votes, because we cover all sorts of paranormal and supernatural content. Fresh, so maybe, you know, some of that may help your friend. I don't know.
Oh, ready? We're adding Mickey to stream. I think this is the first
First
time.
time 5.
First time we've
Hey
gone to
Mickey,
the.
The
you're
boy
so
is
fine, you're so fine, you're my man. Hey Mickey,
Hey, Mickey.
hey Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
Bet you never heard that before, right, Mickey?
We used to do it all the time. He joined Fortnite.
How's you keep him?
He's on mute.
Oh, he's on mute. That'll be the beer. Mickey, you're on mute.
Can you unmute
Can you
yourself?
hear us?
I don't know. Is he lagging? Who knows?
I don't know.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
How you keeping, Mickey?
I'm great.
Empty bottle. Sad times.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm on strike from work. So
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
I'm on strike for 3
You
hours.
said
a
you
day,
just
and
came
then-
off the picket line the other day.
Yeah.
He's having a good couple of
Another-
weeks.
Another week to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Welcome to the show, Mickey. Have you come just to hang out and chat with us, or have you come with a story?
No story.
Just come.
No stories.
Just come out and hang
Just
out.
come to hang out. Fair enough.
Just enjoy yourself tonight.
As you're on stream, do you want a quick plug for your Twitch channel or YouTube channel or anything?
No.
Have you started a YouTube channel, Mickey?
Just for game.
Just for the game?
Then the OnlyFans as well, you know.
Oh,
Right.
Oh,
sorry. What's your OnlyFans thing? I'll just write that one down for later. No. Okay. Fresh News says it was 3 years ago. The key points were found an old paper about a woman who went missing in his father's kitchen. Oh my God! In his father's kitchen wall while they were fixing it up.
I think we need
Wow.
more info. Is
That
that you
is-
found the paper in the kitchen
Yeah.
wall?
Yeah, I think so. I think
here we
yeah.
are.
Then he saw a shadow person and it followed him around for a while. But honestly, his parents got to the point they had him do a few meetings at a mental asylum. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Wow.
So like, yeah, I guess this, he read about it was like plaguing him, and like people were thinking he was imagining things, or wow, amazing.
Welcome, Serenity. Is that a friend of Mickey's?
Serenity Retreats. Karen. That's Crystal Karen.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
she's logged off and logged on with another. That's her business. She's logged in with her business account.
Okay. I understand. So confused.
I see. So that's why she's calling him the favorite, because he's like the favorite fan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
She's off
Mickey's my
Favorite
favorite.
fan status.
Yeah.
He's off with extra legs.
Well,
It's like, you know, with your children, you're not allowed to have favorites.
Yeah.
But, you know, with your YouTube fans.
He's so my
Oh, he's got the
favorite
number
that I'll
one
put him
spot.
on number one spot. That.
Number one spot.
That's it.
He's slapping you down. He's
I
slapping
know.
you down. So the next update, after being asked to move from the home, he was visited. I think there's a few typos here. After being asked to move from the home, he visited his grandmother's place. Oh, he visited his grandmother's place.
Right.
But that story I'll share when
Yeah,
I can call
yeah,
in.
next
Yeah,
time,
so
next time.
It does sound quite intriguing.
It
We've got
does.
missing people. We've got, you know, somebody being shadowed by a presence, being
Yeah.
threatened with a mental asylum. It all sounds like super cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't-
not probably very, very harrowing and traumatic.
I
to
can't
somebody
keep it
going
like
through
that because
this.
it's freaking me out being in the wrong place on the screen. It's doing my OCD. It's doing my
So-
It does sound
OCD.
very cool.
Who's heard about any updates on Loch Ness? Nessie.
I did see something on
I
TV
saw
about Loch Ness
something.
the other day.
Wasn't there a? I saw something on a. There was a Google Earth photo.
Yeah, so I've been basically keeping an eye on it. So far this year, there's been probably, I think, 2 major stories. And actually, for the first, I think it was 3 months of 2022, there was no sort of like key reported sightings. And the last one in 2021 was around like October. So there was a good sort of 5-6 months where it went really, really quiet and there was nobody talking about it, which was starting to, you know, even that in itself was starting to break into the news. Then I think there was a first incident where somebody who was a photographer filmed something that they claimed was very strange, peculiar. And then there was very quickly after that was a second report, which is basically a tourist. I don't know if you guys are aware, but on Loch Ness now, they run a tourist boat which you can go on, and it basically goes through most of Loch Ness, and it's got a sonar on it, and you can watch all the images on the sonar. And so this guy's sitting in the passenger section in front of the screen watching the sonar, and this big mass comes up on the sonar, so he takes a picture of it and uploads it to the internet, and etc., etc. So that was like the second sighting, and then all of a sudden there was a thing where there was a whale, supposedly a whale carcass found on the edge of, I think it was a sperm whale carcass was found on the edge somewhere in Loch Ness. I think I've got a picture of this carcass. Let me share. Got to open it first. What are you doing, G? Okay, 2 seconds. So this is the ready to share, Monty.
Right.
This is where we're all going to go to. It'll be funny to see what happens when we all go to the site.
There you go.
Now we all have to wave to each other, talk to each other, do the whole looking up and down. Anyway, yeah. So this is now. I don't know whether this is. I haven't had time again to really look into it. I don't know whether it's fake, but apparently these are the whale bones that have been found on the edge of Loch Ness. So apparently,
Okay. Now,
almost
can I just say, well, that doesn't look like the shore of Loch Ness, though, does it?
It's just thinking, it's more beachy.
It looks beachy. It looks coastal.
well,
Also, like, a backbone doesn't constitute a carcass.
No.
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. But it doesn't really have any major importance. I just found this in terms of a story, but it doesn't have any importance to the main story, which is basically coming from this scientist who's come out and he's claimed that he's got an explanation for Loch Ness and sea monster sightings. That's a very scientific explanation. And this has caused like literally, if you now go on the internet, there's more presence of people going, this scientist who said this is totally wrong because of this, whatever. And actually, it's overtaken the whole story of that theory being debunked has overtaken you being able to find any articles where it sort of initiates it. Anyway, so this is the main thing that I'm asking you, whether you've heard this theory from this scientist, this marine biologist who's got a strong theory of what the Loch Ness sightings are. Have you anybody heard that?
No.
Because I have another picture. So basically, one of the things that where's my file gone?
Thank you, Fresh, for posting your story in chat there. Well, I will go back and read that in a bit.
One of the things that whales do, especially male whales, is when they're in the process of mating or feeling like they want to mate, they swim upside down with their penises in the air, apparently. And here's a picture example of, I think this is a sperm whale. It's ready to share, Monty.
Oh.
This is a sperm whale's penis, I think, in a mating thing in the air.
I have heard of this, G. In one of my videos, me and my son spoke about it.
Yeah.
I know what that looks like to me.
Yeah, it's a penis.
I know. We're now showing penises on the stream. This is not where I thought this evening would be going. I have to admit.
Do you know, I've seen that in real life. I've seen one of those. I went to
Have
the
you?
Penis Museum in Iceland when I
Excuse
went there
me?
last October. And
There's a
Penis
they have-
museum.
There's a penis
yeah,
museum.
yeah. It's the
Really?
Phallological Museum, yeah. And they have a sperm whale penis. They have about 300 penises in like formaldehyde. Some of them are so small you have to like almost look at with a microscope, and then
I
some
know
of them
what
are
that
like
means.
about 8 foot high.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
How big is the sperm whale penis then? I have to
About
ask.
that big.
It's about man sized.
How about that? About 12 inches.
No,
It's about sort of about 8 foot. Well, I don't know. In the container thing, it was like taller than a man, but
Wow.
I imagine that might have been flaccid.
Yeah. Well,
Mickey's now really glad he joined this stream.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right. Well, there you go.
so, yeah, that's the new theory around Loch Ness, that it's a whale penis. Because what they're getting at is there's possibly some evidence that whales have been coming up into the loch for whatever reason, and that also would explain some of the big masses that have been seen on the sonar. You know, because they're big creatures.
yeah.
And yeah, some of the iconic, if you put that up against some of the iconic pictures, supposed pictures of Loch Ness,
It looks like that sort of shape, doesn't it?
yeah, all you have to do is darken that out, and depending on which angle you were catching it and where the sun was, could just look like a dark greyish
I am.
creature.
Yeah.
But what makes me really laugh about this is that, as I say, as soon as you go on the internet now, it's overwhelmingly, if you put like Loch Ness, whale penis or something like that, you're overrun by people going, debunked. This has been debunked. This is not a whale penis. Da, 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 da. And I think, a lot of tourism, in Scotland and around that area comes from the belief and the suspense of Loch Ness, and I think as soon as somebody comes up with what could potentially be a solid theory to explain a lot of the sightings.
Just for anyone that's not sure what we're talking about, this is the historical photo of Loch Ness, the Loch Ness Monster from 1934. Yeah.
I mean, you can see the similarities, can't you?
Oh, was that not fake, that one? Was that like a
Yeah,
model?
that one was fake, Matt. The person who faked it.
I
owned up
just
to it.
quickly Googled and got it off Wikipedia, so you know.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Just let you know. Let's so that.
That
our
also
viewers
looks
aren't-
tiny compared to the other thing.
The other,
All right.
the other
Just
thing.
in
Just
case
you can
that
tell
is-
from the ripples.
Just in case that is a whale underneath there, they might now feel really, really bad about themselves.
The
Gents,
Viagra
be
for
kind.
real?
Mini penis.
So Fresh has posted his story. I've had a little scan read through. I don't know if you want me to read it or if somebody else wants to have a pop.
No, you can.
So the story goes. In 2018, I spent Christmas at a friend's family home in South Australia in a middle of nowhere place. While there one night, we were at a bar having dinner and a few drinks. Alcohol involved, just saying. But afterwards, we were walking, and as we got down the road by an old school, we got closer. We could hear this strange noise. We got to the corner, and there was a gathering of chickens on the side of the road. As we got closer, my friend mentioned that something was in the middle of this gathering. There was a black dog, or so we assumed. He got closer, but I stood back as I've got a fear of dogs. And then the dog got up on all fours and the chickens ran. As the chickens ran, this thing stood up on two legs. I still see it, a dog's face, but not like a dog, but a full-on dog's face, whose back was up and bent over, its front arms just laid by its sides. The legs were very strong, kind of like a horse. This thing looked at us and stepped back and then ran down the road as we watched it until it disappeared into the night. We got back home and we woke up everybody and told them what we'd seen. And we wanted to go in the car and find it, but they said, let's not. But our fear was completely unreal. So that's the full story.
It's like what we were talking about in that other episode, G, a while ago. Dogman?
Yes. Well, Dogman is something that's definitely hit the ground running more from the early 2000s in terms of, I think it really sprung out of the theory of werewolf and also Mothman. And if you kind of, fuse the two together. But I would say that the Dogman, in terms of the number of sort of encounters and videos and records, because some of these are being properly recorded and documented, like the Bigfoot sightings, especially in places like the States, Australia, and I think South America is quite ripe with Dogman sightings. But yeah, so they're almost hand in hand, almost with Bigfoot now.
Yeah.
And there was one that was on a popular site called Bigfoot Testimonies, where it's now you're getting a lot of recorded sightings of these encounters or pictures where it kind of looks like, if you imagine a baboon's face, right? But on a full-size creature. So there's this one picture / I think it's just a picture actually, picture that I came across that was entitled "Baboon Like Bigfoot," but then a lot of people chimed in and said actually it looks more like a dogman because it had a nose like a baboon would,
Right.
but it had very much the rest of it was monkey features and it had strange different discolored hair. But if you were a real Bigfoot enthusiast, you might look at it and go, yeah, Bigfoot, whatever. But it was very interesting because if you look at it very carefully, it does kind of look like some really weird, like 6-7 foot baboon. But could be Dogman as well. And that's where, there's a bit of fusion as well between Bigfoot and Dogman in terms of people having sightings and saying they can't be sure whether it was one or the other.
Smiler, I think it was the cryptozoology episode. I think we talked
Oh, yeah,
about.
definitely.
Do you want to know which the Dogman
Yeah.
was? I think
And-
if Fresh is new, he can look that episode up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cryptozoology.
Fresh.
The
It was
Dogman
the
was the
episode.
last Bigfoot,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was when we did Bigfoot 2.
Yeah.
The second live stream on Bigfoot was when we talked more about because the first one was entitled Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and Wild Men, and the second one was entitled Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and Dogmen.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah,
He said
Bigfoot.
one thing he didn't point out was there was no sound, so it was really quiet. But sounds totally
It's
terrifying.
like that makes it more terrifying than like
Yeah,
if
definitely.
it was making noise. You know, it's like I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Dogmen ones can be a lot more definitely violent.
Because all of the Bigfoot sightings all seem quite like, gentle and,
Honestly, no. I mean, definitely through things like footage and stuff. But if you read like some of the books that I have on encounters, they're more, and I've featured a few of them in the story time. They're there's a lot of stories where it's quite threatening. There's a documentary that's doing the rounds at the moment, getting a lot of traction. I think it's called Sasquatch Right Down. Story about the guy who's gone and done a documentary. He's gone back to revisit an area in Northern California where, when he was in his early 20s, he's an author and a filmmaker, and in his early 20s, he worked out in some of the ranches up in the high mountains in California, where it's very popular that they have dope farms, right?
Right. Yeah.
And he basically was recounting this story that he experienced in his kind of like 20s, and kind of just sort of dismissed it, and over the years kind of forgot it and wanted to go back and revisit it. And it was when he was working out at one of these farms that there was this story about 3 farmhands who I think were Mexican. A bunch of them found like their remains and ripped up remains and blood everywhere in the cannabis farm forest, and they found it, and it was everybody that was involved around it was super scared. You'd have to go and watch the documentary, but it's really interesting how he goes around and interviews these people, and a lot of people won't talk about it very openly because I guess with the whole thing, it's still doing cannabis farming there at the moment, and they don't want to kind of bring attention to things or have people around because it's all very, it can be aggressive. So there's a lot of theories that these guys could have just been killed by rival cannabis farmers and things like that. But there was witnesses that say that there was this really big creature, and there was a lot of growls and howling, and then they found the 3 ripped up bodies. But it's a good documentary to watch. Comes at it from a very different direction. But I would say, in all honesty, if you really get into the Bigfoot subject, I would say at least 40% of kind of records or evidence out there kind of put Bigfoot into the category of, also being quite threatening, quite violent. That could still be territorial in terms of reaction, in terms of defending itself or trying to, scare away a potential risk. But yeah.
Cool. Thanks for that, Fresh. Fresh News 247. With the name Fresh News, do you have a YouTube channel? If so, subscribe to Fresh News 247. It just seems like the sort of name that's got a YouTube channel associated to it. You know what I mean?
And
24/7
Fresh News 24/7.
Yeah, this is
Fresh, subscribe to us as well,
please,
so you don't miss a future stream.
No, I'm
if you
not
like
begging.
the subject matter.
Going back to the Loch Ness Monster for a minute, G, did we finish the points on that, or was there any more on that?
No,
that was it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw something recently where there was a new Google Earth picture of the Loch Ness Monster. I'm just quickly checking, just because it was on the.
I think that was 2021.
Was it?
Yeah. But in the world of this, that's still fairly, recent.
It's only last year, isn't it? It's fairly recent.
Yeah, it was that one, wasn't it? USA Today. Is that going to work for me? No, that's not going to work. Finding the Scotsman, that should work, shouldn't it? There we go. You don't want me to buy anything, do you? No? Okay, that's good. This is the one I was thinking of. So it's this picture here. I don't know if you can make it out. It's a bit small. There you go. This is...
See, to me, that looks like a basking shark.
This is taken from Google Earth of Loch Ness. It's just off the north shore.
If I'm correct on my biology, I think a basking shark can swim in both fresh and salt water.
Sounds about right. G, we'll go with that, yeah.
Could be.
I don't...
My theory is it's actually a wake of a boat.
But where's the boat? They've removed the boat?
Because these types of photos are done in stages, sometimes, you can see the wake without seeing the boat. Or, you know what I mean? Because once the camera's moved on, it's taken the photo here after the boat's moved.
Yeah.
So it
could just be pareidolia. It could just be the way the water is just come together at that moment.
It's very symmetrical for that. But yeah, it just reminded me. When did this get posted? Is there a 2014? Very recent. 8 years ago. We're on top.
At least it wasn't 1817, as it says.
We're on top of the latest news here. Anyway, there we go. We got one or two more links, G, in your email.
Yeah, hold on. Let me remind myself of what they were.
I'll be back in a second.
Whether I think at this point, because I'm gonna have to go soon, but
Mautauk.
Yeah, well, I guess we can talk about this one. So, yeah, if you won't mind clicking on the name, Monte.
I'm gonna bid you farewell, guys.
No worries, Dan.
I will see you soon.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us, and yeah, it's been great listening to the stories, the real life stories of your friends' psychic, encounters and experiences with magic as well. And I won't forget that magic trick you did, just because of the feeling that it gave me. Like, oh my god, if I reach in my pocket and there's a card, I'm gonna freak the hell out.
I've lost,
and I won't forget that. So yeah,
that's just a joke I play all the time, G. I'll play it on someone else soon.
When you see ads on the screen, Monte.
I know. I've lost the stream.
Bye, Dan.
Hang on.
Bye.
Wait.
Bye, Dan.
Right, there you go.
See you all soon.
Cheerio, Dan.
Bye.
Sorry, I lost you there for a minute.
I'm lost as well.
There we go.
There you go. We're back. We can say goodbye.
Have a great weekend, buddy.
Yeah, and you. Have a good bank holiday.
I just saw another link that you put in there about the Loch Ness Monster, G. And accidentally.
That was just the first sighting.
Yeah. Well,
that was the one.
Fresh does have a channel, by the way.
He does.
I just had a little looky-loo. Some pretty wacky content, I would say. It's really interesting to see if Fresh, if you actually create that content yourself or if that comes from somewhere. They're like short snippets of almost impressionistic sort of media. I don't know, imagery. It's interesting.
Cool.
I think have a look.
Cool. Oh no, I'm not going to. Unless he wants.
No, not right now.
No. Okay. Did we want to have a look at that first? That. No, we're going to Mautauk, whatever that is. What's that? Tell me about it.
Okay, so remember we did the episode where we talked about the Montauk creature. That was the funny thing that washed up on the coastline, and I went give you a few examples of similar creatures that had washed up in around the island of Mautauk, which is near New York, remember? And then we talked about the animal disease.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So now this is a similar style creature. Looks very similar. It's washed up. It's a shame. Hopefully Fresh News is still with us. Let us know if you are. This is Australia. So this is washed up somewhere in the coast of Australia, and Can you click on the link?
I can, and
Should have details of the article and the picture.
So, mystery surrounding alien creature on Queensland Beach. Wow, we're in news. Fresh news is neck of the woods. So
remember, with the Mautauk creature, there were several different theories that went around, and actually, some of those theories, again, it was like that social media viral lies, because there was a lot of people that put out there that the Montauk creature had been debunked and it was a dead and bloated raccoon.
Yeah.
And then they proved that it couldn't be a raccoon. Then it came out that it was this and that, and still there's just so many different theories floating around, but wasn't totally proven. But when I look at that picture, and I don't know if you can see any better pictures if you scroll down the article, but it definitely reminded me. It doesn't make any comparison to Montauk in the article, but I just thought it looked a lot like Montauk, and I guess underneath they're suggesting a couple of creatures that it could be that have been decomposing in the water and bloated.
I mean, it doesn't look like a kangaroo.
Should have rolled it over and see if it was our pitch.
Well, kangaroos' legs are actually a lot bigger than that.
Stronger, yeah.
And a little stronger. I mean, they are beasts of animals, kangaroos. Yeah. But,
my God. I'm surprised at how many you see where they actually they do the whole boxing thing. It's really funny.
Yeah. There was that famous one that died recently, wasn't it? I'm going to see if I can find him. He was like, females
It's crazy
loved
the
him.
journey that we go on. I present a Montauk Monster, and now we're Googling a dead kangaroo.
Yeah. I forgot what he was called.
Famous dead kangaroo.
He was ripped.
Is that is the other picture a possum?
Yeah, it's a possum. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going down. Me. I can't help it. I've actually searched buff kangaroo, but
What's the
look at this. Look at the size of the muscles on this guy.
Jesus Christ!
He is
Is
ripped.
that just like a genetic aberration, or did they make him do stuff to get him like that?
Jim.
A lot of kangaroos look kind of this way.
So I've seen these pictures, but I thought they were faked.
No. I'm trying to find his name.
Like most kangaroos do not look that way.
Roger.
But he did have a name and he was really popular. But he actually, I think he passed. Is Roger? Yeah, Roger. Roger the kangaroo. That was it.
Steroids got to his heart.
Roger.
Yeah, I mean, he's even got veins popping out. Like you would get a bodybuilder. That I don't.
That was him, Roger. But
so weird.
Yeah, you don't want to meet Roger on a dark night, do you?
No.
But yeah, he passed away. They don't live that long, I don't think.
To be honest, I don't think I'd want to meet any kangaroo on a dark night.
But kangaroos can be quite vicious things.
Yeah, they can. Like that's what I was.
I mean, look at that. It's a scary looking bloody thing. You imagine coming across that.
That's not what most kangaroos look like, though.
Well, no.
But they still look scary without looking.
I mean,
like
they
some
look
sort
like
of
that.
Freaked out CGI picture.
Yeah,
Still big though.
Hey, they are big, muscly things.
You can see how they get it in animated
They
cartoons.
literally normally have little. I mean, if you look at a normal picture of a kangaroo, it has like little
got
tiny
tiny
skinny upper arms.
hands.
That's not
Like,
normal.
yeah.
It's not
even
normal.
vaguely normal.
No,
They have like almost like
that does
T-Rex
not look
arms.
normal, does it?
Yeah.
Either like it's some kind of, like I say, like a genetic anomaly, like birth defect or something,
Could
like
be.
like you get gigantism and stuff
Yeah.
like that in humans. It's something like that, or a human has done something to that poor animal.
I don't think so.
Other
There's a
than
lot
just,
of news
introduced
like
it to some
things. And,
dumbbells.
yeah, I don't know. All I know is I don't want to meet this thing. here. It gives me nightmares.
As I say, if you see some of these videos of kangaroo attacks, it wouldn't matter whether it looked like that or not. If it's a full-size kangaroo, you best be worried because they pack a punch. Especially if they get you with the legs, they can kill a human with their legs.
This kangaroo I'm down with. this is my kind of kangaroo right
that
now.
possum is cute though.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently it's because like the ones with the pouches, I guess, are the females, right?
They are, yeah.
And then it's the male ones that are like jacked.
Like Roger there, yeah.
So that's why most of them look skinny, but even the jacked ones don't look that jacked.
He was world famous for being a particularly massive kangaroo.
He's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of
He
the
was.
world.
Yeah. Was there anything else in this news thing that I need to be looking for, G?
No. It's just showing that there was a similar because I like always presenting similar. But it was if you put the picture of the Montauk creature beside that, which again remember the Montauk was early 2000s, very very similar. So I just thought I would do it because we covered the Montauk creature. I say it doesn't even make the connection in that article. It's just I made that connection. Just thought it looked very similar.
All right, Montauk creature. Let me. Sorry, I am going to do that because we're here to do a complete thing. Let me just put the chat window somewhere safe. Sorry, Mr. Chat Window. I got to put you over here. There you go. Right, this is the original Montauk.
I don't think that's the original one. I think
that
that's
one. That one?
Yeah, that's the original one.
So, yeah, it was near New York, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Long
Island. Yeah.
Montauk
Island is a very small island that comes that's near that island, which housed the disease control center.
That's
where they believe that very strange testing was going on, and actually there's scientific files that prove that there was very strange testing with genetics and stuff going on there. And obviously this washed up to on a beach very close. The Montauk Island is only about sort of 10 to 14 miles down from the island where the disease control center is. But this one's been doing its rounds for a long time, and as I say, with different theories, and a lot of them being debunked. And
its skull looks different.
Yeah, it kind of looks like again, a lot of people have guessed that it was a tortoise that lost its shell
because this has like a beak.
Have a very beak face, but then the hands wouldn't and the arms wouldn't match with that kind of suggestion. As I said, raccoon did the rounds for a while. Lots of different theories, but again, I don't know what happened to the original creature. Like, what didn't somebody think to keep it? Like, shouldn't we be able to find it in a museum or something? Didn't somebody do a DNA test on it? But again, I think we need to go into that detail to see what happened around that investigation. See, that's where they're doing the raccoon.
Yeah, but now you said about like tortoise. I mean, the face is or turtle, whatever.
Well,
yeah,
it does look very like that. It's very beaky. I was like,
again,
what kind of animal has a beak-like structure? And now you've said tortoise. I'm like, oh yeah, they do have a beak-like structure.
Yeah. Again, a lot of biologists have chipped in on this as well, and sort of added the other thing that it could have, if it's washed up and it's been in the ocean, it could have had lots of nibbles out of it from various different things, which has changed a lot of its feature. Like half of its face could have been nibbled off. You do see its sort of bottom jawline quite exposed, which doesn't look natural. Yeah, but it's one of those things that you just think, why didn't somebody do this? Why didn't somebody do that? But again, it could be one big, massive hoax. You never know. But the interesting thing, you guys
have looked at this so much, you're just sat back in your chairs, and me and Mickey were both doing this exact same time. We're doing the same face-in, head tilt, like the same angle.
Yeah, we've looked at this picture quite a lot.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, it's not the only one that is been washed up. The one that was above, I think, was washed up closer to New York, so it was a little bit further away from the island
one.
where the disease control
That
center
looks
was
super
at.
fake.
It does look really fake. I mean, this has fur on it.
Yeah.
But what is this like?
What's the
There's
what's the
something
note?
about the picture in general that looks fake. It doesn't even look like it's actually on the floor. It looks superimposed.
Could that be
Oh
a
no,
pig?
it's
See, we're
definitely
doing the same
not
head
It's
tilt, but
definitely
the other
real.
way.
There is, I don't know. There's other angles of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all
There's
sorts
another
of
one.
different theories that the color of them look because they've been out in the sun and the skin is basically dead and it's just kind of almost like going like a chicken with being roasted. But yeah,
Yeah.
interesting one. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start thinking about making a movie because I've got to take care of the dogs.
Yes. Well,
Can't
we've
let 'em out
covered.
for
We've covered
a
quite a
huge
lot.
amount, and we've been streaming for over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a pretty long
Yeah.
one. We've gone from moon bases and ruins on the moons to NASA hiding things in photographs, to
From 2 people to 5 people?
from
Five.
2 people to 5 people.
From
Was it
5 to
first?
4. Thank you, everybody who's joined. Thank you guys for coming along. It's been such a fun Friday night, start to the bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, very
And
nice.
yeah, I'm amazed at how many different contents we've covered, from
Yeah.
psychics to mediums to
Psychics
thank
to
you,
mediums
Fresh
to.
the very peculiar stories about Dogman and also your friend's creepy story, which hopefully we can delve into a little bit more.
Magic
future,
tricks with Dan.
Yeah. At first I thought
Real
I
or
was gonna
fake photo game?
Real or fake
Yeah,
photo.
that was
Winner.
good.
Super
Joint
fun.
winner,
That was
just
good. That was
saying.
good.
Yeah, joint winners.
I think that needs
Congratulations.
to be a regular feature for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karen's telling us she's still awake. That's
Wow.
That's
My
that is
goodness.
that's a miracle in itself.
You could
So-
knock me down with a feather.
something supernatural behind that, I believe.
Dan says psychics to mediums to large.
I must say, I did post it several times earlier, but a lot of what you guys were saying, like you didn't touch on social engineering, right? That's like where people manipulate people into giving their information without them even knowing that they're giving their information. A lot of it could be put down to social engineering. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
Didn't mention
that you're talking around psychics, yeah? That's what
Yeah,
you're
yeah. I kept
Yeah.
saying like, hacker or social engineering initiation. That was to Mickey's one, like where they just came up, said stuff and left. Could have been a social engineering club, like initiation ceremony.
Yeah, but it's interesting because
anyway.
Mickey said that his encounter was long before all of that was about.
I'm not
So,
talking about
yeah.
social media. Social engineering is about when you know how to talk to somebody to elicit information from them that they don't even know about. It's like somebody who's really good at it can have a couple of minute conversation with you and then tell you all sorts of things about yourself that it feels like magic, but they just manipulate you in such a way as to get all this information from you. I mean, Darren Brown employs similar techniques, to be fair, but hackers do it too to get things like your passwords and things out of you.
Yeah. Could you just quickly answer this? Well, have you ever had any pets? What was your first pet?
Yeah, you see that all the time on Facebook. Oh, what is your favorite? What food? Cabbage. I just said it. What food did you hate as a child?
It goes.
All these things you see on Facebook are trying to elicit, your security questions out of you.
Find out
It's
what your porn name is.
Yeah.
Add together
mother's
your
maiden
first
name
pet,
with,
your mother's maiden name, the month you were born in.
All of that stuff is just trying to hack you.
Yeah, it's just hacking your brain to give away your information. I just want to leave us with this, because we've been through many different items of things we've covered on the Monte Zone before. I know G's wanting to go. This is just 2 seconds. We've talked about Mars photos before. Here's another weird Mars photo. This is the last thing that I didn't quite get in there. On jagged rocks, there's this beautifully smooth stone. And what did Twitter go to first? Twitter went to it being the first Martian female pleasure device is found on Mars. So, yeah. Thank you, Twitter. It's, probably formed in water, so it's quite interesting in itself. Anyway, there we go.
Tadpole, large tadpole.
Yeah, large tap. Very good. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, thank you, GStar, for all your chat window. Thank you, Smiler Rainbow. The things in chat. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan, for joining us this evening. Lots of really interesting content. Do we know when we're doing the next one, G?
When it will hopefully be in 4 weeks' time.
4 weeks' time.
And we're sort of going back to keeping it 4 weeks' time. With
Monthly
the frequency.
works out well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gives us enough time to get lots of interesting
We've done
things.
March and April now, so we just need to keep to May. But yeah, as mentioned, just one of the features, hopefully on the next show, will be that we'll have a medium reading done live. And that'll be like our kind of first official reading, and we'll be joined by somebody who will talk about the heritage within their family of being a medium and psychic. And then we'll cover lots of other varied, and hopefully by that time I've released the Bigfoot special.
Yeah,
so
cool.
we can talk a little bit more about that and some of the stuff that I cover in that if you want as well.
And I'm hoping I find a way of turning my lights back to blue.
Yeah, because like pink's not really,
it's not really my thing. Pink.
Just ask Mickey how he manages it.
It doesn't work. I've tried it. It's not working. It's not working. No, it doesn't work.
Can you make him pink, Mickey? Make him pink.
Yeah.
That says it's pink.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you to Dan. Thank you to Smiler Rainbow in chat. Thank you for our first ever Australian viewer, Fresh News 247. If he has, say he has a YouTube channel, subscribe to him.
And yes, Dan, I'm sure you'll be able to observe and give your thoughts on the readings show.
Absolutely. Yes. And we'll see you next month in May for another Monte Zone. So, see you.
Bye. Everybody wave.
Yay.
See you later, guys. Thank you.